Boom. I think we are live.
What?
Oh, wait. Should I probably get it out of studio mode? Yeah, there we go. Either way, we're good.
Yay.
Studio mode!
Engage. I think we're live, guys.
Yeah,
How's it
I
going?
didn't do the intro. It's
Oh, well.
Tuesday night. It's 8 p.m. It's time for Popped. Popped!
Is that like boom?
Boom pizza. How you guys doing? I
Good.
Feel like I feel like since we moved to the studio house,
What are we calling this?
this is the studio house. I don't have
This-
anything.
We can't call it that.
This is the den of mystery.
The Den of
The
Mischief.
Pop Den. Oh, that sounds like somewhere I'd never go.
That sounds like a new app. You guys downloaded Popped In? It's fantastic.
Pop Den.
It
Oh, it's like Popped In.
yeah, Popped In.
Oh, it's like a play on words. Popped In.
Wordplay.
Nice.
Jeez.
I don't know. I feel like I haven't been doing like the big intro anymore since we moved to the studio house.
Studio
Since-
house.
Since we relocated. Well, that's your fault
Yep.
for failing.
You're right.
That's a terrible thing
I
that
feel
you're
bad.
neglecting our awesome show.
Hey, you guys like Sprite?
Sprite, like the soda?
Yeah.
Or like Sprite as in like video game sprites?
I like Sprite,
Okay.
but there's no
It's good.
caffeine, so I can't drink it. So, what have you guys been doing in pop
I
culture?
don't know what that even
How's your week in pop culture go?
We started Broadchurch.
Yeah.
Both quite liked it.
So now you guys are all like, no, since he married us, now we have to watch everything David Tennant does.
Well, that and the 13th Doctor's in it as well. So
Yeah,
it's-
so
that
we're-
was part of the reason I
We're
started watching it.
we're preparing for the next
Yeah.
Doctor, and reminiscing on Dr. Pinstripe.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very broody
So
and he's very broody and kind of angsty and cynical. So he's actually, I think I might like this role more than 10th Doctor.
Isn't David Tennant always cynical? in
No,
everything he does?
he's very cheeky and flirty
Oh.
as
Like
the
in Jessica
as the 10th
Jones.
Doctor.
See, I
Oh.
don't know
Well,
anything
yeah,
about this
yeah.
joke. You know, I gotta tell you guys, I now that I'm alone,
Yes.
I was gonna pop in something to watch, and I came very, very close to popping in the other
Doctor Who? Ninth
Yeah.
Doctor? Christopher
guy.
Eccleston? Yeah.
There you go.
It's good.
Reboot.
It's good. It's a
Did they
little
reboot.
it's a
Soft reboot.
it's like a soft reboot. It picked up where the old series left off,
Okay.
but you could pick up from the Ninth Doctor, which a lot of people have done and
When
gotten into
I
it.
was a child, I was it was all about Dr. Scarf.
Yeah, he was the big one then.
That's it.
That Tom
That's all I
Baker.
know. That's
He's-
all I know about Doctor Who.
The actor has made a cameo. He's voicing Tom Baker's still around. He had a little surprise cameo at the end of the 50th anniversary special. He's voicing a character called Bendu on Star Wars Rebels.
So the Doctor.
Yes.
So he becomes a different person.
Yes. But he's
But-
still the same person.
He's
So
not a
how did
person.
it-
He's a Time
how did-
Lord.
How did Dr. Scarf get on it?
Dr. Scarf came from Dr. Beatles.
No, Dr. Magician.
Oh, Dr. Magician.
But how did Dr. Scarf? How does he guest on the new show?
That's a really long story. There-
Right, not into it.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Yeah, don't.
I can't.
Don't even try it.
So
There we
I
go.
don't know. I'm
There we
thinking
are.
about getting. I'm thinking about watching it. We'll see.
We were a little low.
How about
Sorry
you
about that,
finish
guys.
Westworld?
Or Atlanta.
Apparently that's
sorry,
I need
too
to
hot.
get. I would totally like to finish Orlando. Nope.
Detroit.
That's the wrong one. Wrong city. Just naming cities. I'd love to do it Atlanta. I'll tell you, I got sidetracked though on Amazon because Amazon was where I almost ran into Doctor Who. But I started watching a series, and this is my. I guess I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go first with what I was doing in pop culture.
Have at it.
Other than moving someone out of my house.
So you just totally missed that part where we said we were watching Broadchurch?
No, I heard it.
He heard it. He just has nothing to contribute other than Doctor.
Doctor. I stumbled on some show called The Video Game Years, where they go year by year of the 80s, and they basically call out all of the video games that were happening in like 1981. And I watched like 10 hours of it.
So you went
You
through
were
all
10
10 years.
hours of 1981?
All 10,
Well, no,
10 years.
of 1980s. So that was neat. I think that's what the name of it was. I don't know if it was like if it's like a it's like a YouTube series. I don't know. It's like an hour long though each episode.
What is what's it on?
I found it on the Amazon.
Okay.
And it all these annoying YouTubers, video game YouTubers are there too. It's almost, I'll tell you exactly what it was like. It was like those like I love the 80s. Or I love the 90s.
But with video games?
But with video games.
Okay.
Like, I mean, to the point where they ripped off the entire show. Everything about it was ripped off. Too loud.
Yeah. Well, here. I think it's too loud. No, wait. No, that fixes that. There we go. Try that in your headphones.
No, I don't think
No.
that didn't do anything.
There we go.
I think you made a right choice. Luckily,
I
I
fixed.
can't hear anything.
There you go. Why did you not?
I think
hear
you're okay
anything?
now.
No, I think you're okay. You can put the headphones back on.
We are still-
It's very echoey in here.
I don't think that does anything.
No, it doesn't. Here, you can put
I
your
don't think
headphones
that
back
does
on. You're good.
No, it's okay.
So that was it. That's all you guys did. Nobody got out to see the big new releases like the Dark Tower.
No, I haven't read the book, so I didn't have any need to jump out to it.
I did read the books. I love them very much, and I didn't have any reason to go see the movie.
Apparently, no one did. They only made 19 million. So
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Let's put that to bed.
Watched all of Voltron season 3. It's been pretty good. It's a short season.
Did they come together to form Voltron?
They did. They even changed paladins and changed lions and stuff. So it's gotten pretty interesting. It's a shorter season. What? You're giving me this confused look.
What? I didn't know what those words mean.
Okay, you know
Sarah's just ignored it all. She heard Voltron. She's out.
Yeah, well,
She's dropped the mic.
She heard Dark Tower and she was also out. So, Voltron season 3. They shorter season, and it's been pretty good. They've gotten a lot more in the. They kind of changed it up. One of the characters who was controlling the Black Lion disappeared at the end of the second season, and they had to switch. The people who drive the lions or paladins around, and he's still not getting it. Anyways, people changed. We got
Is
some
the
other people
princess in
line.
it?
Yes, she's still in it.
She's the Pink Ranger, right?
Yes, she is the Pink Ranger flying the Blue Lion. If that isn't confusing enough for you.
No, it's always been confusing. I don't understand it.
Okay.
I can never figure out why. Like, I don't know why it's not color coded.
It was until this season. This season got a little uncolor coded. So
Even in the original series, I don't remember it being. Because like
No, 'cause
somebody
she was
got
still pink.
injured, and then the princess stepped in.
it's similar situation this season, and they've given
Someone
actually
named
the.
Vance.
No.
There's
no,
my
it's-
Voltron knowledge.
Wait, let's see. We got
toy.
Shiro, Keith, and
She-Ra's in it.
Yes, Shira. Yes.
What about He-Man? What line does he pilot?
He's teased for season 4.
Yeah, he's the Rainbow Line.
He's actually got a saber-toothed tiger that he's just riding
This
around
is
on.
fun. I like this. I would
I
watch
figured
this
it
show.
might be. So
It's fantastic, and I approve of it.
good. Well, it's a fun little show. It got a little slow second season. First season was pretty good.
I'll be honest. I put the first episode on, and I was like, nope.
I don't blame you.
I did not make it to the first episode.
Yeah.
Looked nice.
That's how I felt about Game of Thrones. So I totally get it.
I'm with you there.
So,
I don't think we're allowed to say that though.
well,
So if people are like, why aren't you watching Game or talking about Game of Thrones? Because we don't watch it.
none of us actually watch it. Not a one.
Uh,
You'd think we'd have somebody.
the best thing was wasn't it Ian McShane, who was I guess hosted. It's like SNL, right?
Yeah, sure.
He was on the show for one episode last season, and spoiled it and said that
He died.
said that he died. Said that he was only on for one episode, and so people just were like, "Oh, how could you do that? We're all angry because you just admitted you died." And then he was like, "Shut up! It's just tits and dragons."
I mean,
And that's
basically.
all I see too. I can't keep up with it. I fall
there's a
asleep
lot.
during every episode. I don't want to bash it. Everybody loves it. Just not everyone apparently.
Well, it's a lot to keep up with. You got a lot of stories. You got a lot of
Dragons.
locations, history, wars,
Boobs.
fighting things. Yes, and it's a lot to keep up with. So
I feel like it's something I feel like an overweight man who maybe he's a little lonely. He just put all of his desires into one show.
and what show is that? Because it's
Game of Thrones.
Oh, watching it.
No, writing it.
Oh, writing it. Well, maybe. I mean, boobs, dragons, fighting, incest. I don't know.
He loves incest.
No input on the Game of Thrones, sir. Okay. Good. Got anything good over there on your phone there, Matt?
No, I'm trying to share out, and I can't figure out how to work my phone. I don't know why it's not tagging me correctly. Sarah, why is it not tagging me correctly?
Because Facebook is the devil.
There you go, guys. Facebook is the devil.
Thank you, almighty gracious hosts, by the way, for our platform right now, because we're super happy to be here.
They're not going to kick us off.
Yeah, well,
not for that.
They don't even know that. They don't even know what we're doing. They don't care.
Is your mic even on, Sarah?
Says on.
So weird.
I think I've been kind of muted because I was only picking up on Matt's mic earlier.
Now she's here.
All right.
Now she's in McCann's.
Yeah, I can hear a little better now. All right, how about that?
Better.
Much better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I took my headphones off because Matt was too loud.
Well, I've turned Matt down. I fixed
mics.
some of the levels. We got the new board. We got the board in here. It's a new setup for us.
It's giant.
And I think we got it a good setup now.
Yeah, but you're literally sitting next to me too, so I could just.
That's also valid.
Can we not show my giant broken Apple pencil that I
We're
broke this morning?
not. We aren't. We're not showing any of that.
Thanks,
Look.
Apple.
See, look. This is what we're showing right here.
So, oh, look how cute the Tigger Pop is.
What?
I'm on Twitter. You should tweet me, because while these two losers are going on about stuff I'm not interested in, you can have a conversation with the real person.
You know what's ironic though? We're talking about things we're not interested in.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well, we've got no Greg tonight, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it sucks, but what I'd like to try to do.
What are we?
Huh?
We're not good enough.
No, well, I mean, Greg's. We like having Greg on, and
Mark wants to know if you're using his old equipment.
No. Did he just text you or?
No, you commented on the Facebook.
Oh, it didn't pop up on the Facebook for me yet.
Popped, get it?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
So funny.
No, we have before, but now we have access to a newer Allen and Heath board from 2011, and 2010. Yes, and we got a little more functionality with it. I mean, we could still go back to your old mixer, Mark. It works just fine. I think we just had some technical issues as far as
we don't know how to use this.
What, this big board or Mark's old board?
No, we do. We are experts at our pop culture Facebook show.
No, never mind. We're experts.
Yeah,
we're experts. That's what I said.
We're doing just fine.
I just slam like a monkey. I just slam my palms down on it.
We've still got the old mixer, Mark, when we need it. If I ever get frustrated with this one, which is very possible given some of the technical difficulties I've had trying to piecemeal some stuff together, I will be. You already ate. I will go back to that smaller mixer, but right now I'm using the Allen Heath Z14. Seems to be working pretty well. I had to fix some levels. That was all. Just fix it right, because Matt's using this weird mic that needs phantom power, and apparently apparently a stand, because he can't hold the mic by himself.
What? No, I like this.
You like that?
I like having the range of movement. Look, it's like, whoa, I'm over here now. I'm on this side of you. I'm on this side of you. It's all.
So you're panning it essentially.
There you go.
All right. Well, we don't have Greg today. He is driving back from North Carolina, presumably doing comic booky type things. I'm assuming. I didn't get into his business. It's none of mine. So. Well, it's true. So let's pull up Local Heroes new release pages and kind of go through. And if you guys see anything you like, let us know what you're going to pick up tomorrow, and we will do the same. Matt, are you coming to Local Heroes tomorrow after the gym, or what's the? Okay. Well, figured it was worth a shot. Let's see here.
Not because I hate comic books, just I'm very broke right now.
Okay, fair enough. As long as you got a financial reason. Let's flip that up there. Boom. There we go. And let's go through. Oh, look. You actually just mentioned Clue the other day. Or earlier today, actually, Matt.
Weird.
And now they have comics out for Clue.
Clue Comics.
Yes.
Cluemix.
No.
Cluemix.
Cluemix.
We're gonna call them Cluemix.
Cluemix is getting entirely too close to other things that start with Clue. So, Clue Clux. No. Did no one else?
Nobody made that leap but you.
Okay, well, it sounded racist.
Cluemix is happening. We're calling them Cluemix.
Okay.
To be fair, very
To be fair.
I'm in with that.
Oh, we're so bad at broadcasting.
Oh, vey.
I was in news for 10 years. I never learned a thing from any of the on-air personalities.
Well, you were behind the scenes making things happen. So.
I wrote all their scripts.
Oh, listen to this.
You'd think that I would be able to...
Oh, you were just behind the scenes producing it all.
Yeah, that's exactly how I said it, Matthew.
Yeah. All right, what do we have in comics, please, God?
Let's see. We got Back to the Future. I'll be picking up that tomorrow. Let's see what else we've got over here. Some Batman stuff. The Generations is continuing with Phoenix and Jean Grey.
I don't understand
I don't fully get it. I read the Hulk one last week.
Yeah.
I'm still not entirely sure what's going on.
Are they just...
It's like...
too...
the Amadeus Cho Hulk got thrown back in time when Banner was a little more of a mindless Hulk.
Okay.
And there was some stuff with Ross attacking, trying to get Hulk. And then... there was some lessons and some storytelling, and Amadeus Cho was like, oh, hey, I learned a lesson, and then immediately vanished back to his time.
So is there going to be an old Hulk too? Is there Banner Hulk and Cho Hulk?
I don't know, because Banner Hulk is dead in the current Marvel continuity, so... I can't keep up either, man.
Enough, Marvel. I don't even feel like following them anymore. I don't want to read any of their comics. I didn't like what they were doing with the X-Men's. I'm done.
Killer Be Killed, Volume 2 coming out tomorrow.
Oh, man, he's getting the pop Overwatch Diva.
Oh, yes, there it is, right down there at the bottom.
I just bought it.
Well,
I would have preferred to have bought it from Greg.
Well, you just have a little patience. Or ask him, say, hey, Greg, can you order me the Popped Diva? And he will.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. He'll order you stuff. Even if he's not carrying it, he'll order it. If he can. If it's something out of print, he won't do it. But, if he can order something for you, he totally will. Secret Empire is continuing tomorrow with number 8. Star Wars, Cassian and K2SO one-shot, how they met and their little backstory. I'll probably be picking that up.
Really? Oh. Sorry.
The Star Wars comics are doing pretty good right now. I've been enjoying them. I'm super behind, but, it's...
The only thing that got through my mind was, who cares?
Hey, dude, people eat that Star Wars shit up. I'm one of them.
Oh, okay.
So...
We watched an entire movie about how the Death Star plans made it to the Rebels. An entire movie.
But do you care how they
it was a good movie. I liked it, but I didn't care how the Death Star plans made it to the...
Did we care about the Death Star plans?
We really didn't.
No, it's
so
true.
I'm just saying, we watched a whole movie. A whole movie.
Arguably, I think the part that got everybody the most excited was the part that we had seen in Star Wars.
What, Vader?
Hey, I've seen this part.
With Vader?
Yeah. With Shemp, Shemp Young Leia and Shemp Tarkin.
Let's see, what else?
Tarkin.
Shemp Tarkin will never get old.
Yeah, Shemp Tarkin is always funny.
Let's see, Flash I'll be picking up. I'll be picking up TMNT Dimension X number 2 tomorrow.
Oh, who cares? Joking.
You know what? I don't squash your dreams, sausage fingers. All right.
Hey, there's a new Unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
Number 23.
Oh, brunettes.
You need me to pick you up a copy tomorrow so you can start taking lessons?
I know what I look like.
Oh. But can you talk to squirrels?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't tried. I've yelled at the squirrel that robs our bird feeder enough. So, I mean,
I still want to refill that bird feeder.
I talk at it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's what's coming out next week, or tomorrow, excuse me, in comics. And I'm going to switch the screen back here.
Go find Greg at Local Heroes. He will be back tomorrow. He is located on Colonial Avenue in Ghent.
Yep.
Between, just smashed there all snug between Kogan's and Video Game Heaven.
Yep.
Cafe Style is right there too.
Yep. Pop culture stuff.
Yeah,
and food.
Lots of good stuff in that.
And Mark, to answer your question, it is still here. I don't know what the plan is for the small mixer just yet, but you and I can talk offline. So we'll be in touch. I'll see you at Soccer Thursday. So, but yeah, anything else we got? And before we head off to news?
What's, what we did in pop culture?
Yeah, anything else you guys want to touch on? Just kind of...
I finished Glow, but I can't remember if that was last week or the week. Or
that was last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, finished Glow. Looking forward to new Glow.
Yeah. Broadchurch.
Only a year.
You've gotten to the 12th. You've gotten to the 12th Doctor finally.
I've gotten to the 12th Doctor finally.
Which Doctor is that?
Grumpy. Season 8.
This.
Like if you'd started in season, I can help you. It's not that tough. We've got a dry erase board now.
Okay.
If you want
I
to
didn't
dry
know
erase board out,
I didn't know we had a dry erase board. So
we have a dry erase board.
That does-
we can map this out.
okay, no, that does
Next
solves
week,
a lot of problems.
next week we'll map this out,
Yeah,
and we'll try to get you through the Doctor
we'll
Who
figure
thing.
that out.
So,
I kind of want to see Glass Castle is coming to theaters, and it was a very quiet release, but it was a book that I greatly enjoyed.
Ooh, what's it about?
It is a memoir by an author named Jeanette Wells. She's written actually a lot of stuff that I like, but this is her personal story about she kind of grew up in poverty, but she had like a really loving, functional family, but they had a lot of issues. Well, they were not functional, I take that back, but she did have a loving family. They had a lot of issues, and it's just a really good like human story. Glass Castle is such a great book, and she's written novels subsequently, but I'm interested to see how. I think Glass Castle
What's her big novel? She sounds familiar.
Glass Castle is her big one. She's done a bunch of novels that came out afterwards that were good. I mean, none of them I think were as big as her first one, but yeah, that's this weekend. So
Any word on the movie?
I hadn't even heard about it until YouTube suggested it to me.
Oh wow!
And which surprises me because I kind of keep an eye on the authors that I like, and I had not heard about it. So YouTube was like, they didn't even play the whole trailer. You know how they'll force you to watch like a toilet paper commercial?
Yeah.
They only played the first 5 seconds of the trailer and then clicked it over to the video. And then I was like, wait, no, I wanted to see that, so I had to look it up. So I don't know.
Who's in it? Anybody big?
Woody Harrelson is in it. He's
Ooh, I'm in.
he's the dad. He's a really key character.
I'm in. Love Woody Harrelson.
Oh, what's her name? Captain Marvel, the cute one.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
She's the main
Brie
character.
Larson, excuse me.
Brie Larson, yeah. And I think she's got like the right personality for it. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me because if I really love a book, then I probably won't like the movie. There are a few exceptions, but not many.
Girl on the Train was a decent adaptation. I mean, there were still issues, I think, but no, okay.
I mean, it was okay. It was like it passed, but I wasn't like tearing the walls down like White Oleander.
I watched a couple of movies last week. I watched The Circle.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
So another book that I enjoyed.
I enjoyed the book, but I didn't think the book was good.
No, I mean, it
I love the concept.
The concept was amazing. The concept was better than the writing.
So much so.
For In the Circle.
And the movie was pretty much a Cliff Notes version of that.
Oh.
So really distilled down.
That's a bummer.
So it was like, hey, and it touched on all the parts it should have, but one thing that they did do and ignored was John Boyega was playing the wonderkin behind this thing, The Circle, which is basically like Facebook and Google and Microsoft all rolled up into one, and everybody has to go.
It's Google if Google Plus had been successful.
Yeah.
What's Google Plus?
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody goes and they sign up for a Circle account, and they the Circle, which is basically like Facebook, it brought out this thing called True You, which means everybody is basically validated as themselves on the internet. You can't hide behind
the
anonymity.
idea is constant transparency.
And then it leads to where everybody goes. They come up with this very, very small, very, very cheap camera that they want to put everywhere that transmits all this data back to them and allows people to essentially become transparent.
It is literally Skynet.
It literally is.
Nope.
And then so
you were in the book, Keith. You died.
It's true.
Sounds about right.
You're dead.
He died because you resisted the
Hey,
Circle.
Matt, spoilers. I'm already dead inside.
Not a spoiler. But one thing that they did do, so the dude that like the head part, he was like the what's his name,
Zuckerberg?
Yes, he was like the Zuckerberg of the Circle.
Tom Hanks was, or John Boyega.
No, John Boyega.
Okay.
And because he's like very against it, he doesn't like what they've kind of where they're going with it and what he's kind of.
I would give him more of a Wozniak than a.
Yeah, they try to portray him as a. I guess Zuckerberg kind of.
Zuckerberg is putting himself out there now.
Yeah, he is. You're right. That's a better analogy. But one thing that they did in the movie is they took his character, and they didn't try to hide the fact that he was like this guy. In the book, very much.
Oh yeah, in the book you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they
found
tried
out,
to
but-
play it out, but it was
In the movie, he was
so
more
obvious.
outspoken. Then is what you're telling
Well,
me.
they just didn't. They did away with that. So that was a good touch, but everything else was all just if you watch it and you're like, these are all really good concepts, and I'd like to see this explored, and they never explore it in a satisfying way. It just kind of becomes everybody
I feel like I've watched a movie like that recently.
maybe Black Mirror.
I don't know. I haven't seen Black Mirror yet.
Should
Any
see
of them.
Black Mirror.
It's on the list. Just it's,
Yeah, it's hard to get to this stuff. It's too much. We're getting inundated with too
by
much.
the time I get done with something else has come out. You know, like
There's
we're gonna
always something.
we're gonna get done with Broadchurch, and then DuckTales comes out Saturday.
Woohoo!
Exactly, and then the Tick comes out. The Tick comes out next Friday. So
I don't know. What's that?
I will. I like. The
I don't
Tick.
know if I have enough time.
Well, honestly, that's
too
what it
much.
boils down to. It's always time. you know?
DuckTales, I'm all in. I will make time for DuckTales.
DuckTales is airing Saturday on Disney XD, and there's 2 episodes, which they're basically just making a giant movie, kind of their intro, and they're just marathoning all day those 2 episodes.
That's a really cool idea. The second
Drop
movie I
in.
watched was Colossal. Which
I wanna see
I
that.
feel bad about Colossal because they're marketing it as a comedy, and it's not a comedy. It's a
mean, does it-
dramedy at best.
Okay, I mean, that's what I was going to ask. Does
But
it have
really-
comedic elements into it?
It does kind of,
Okay.
but it's brutal. It's a brutal movie about abuse at its core, and it's if you're going into it expecting a fun Anne Hathaway giant monster movie,
Is
it
she the
is
abuser
not.
or the abused?
I'm not gonna.
Like, I need to watch it? Okay.
So much abuse.
Okay.
There's abuse from everyone and everything.
Am I going to be
she's
uncomfortable?
Pretty much abused.
Like, it's going to be like, oh, that's awkward, or that's going to bring up bad memories.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda. It wasn't a fun
You
movie
get
to
it?
watch.
Yes, I get it. Why are you you realize we're doing a radio show and you're sitting here looking up images of cats.
It's a cat at. Okay, I'm gonna tweet this.
Cat at.
Follow us at Pop Show, and you will see why I am distracting these two because this is hilarious.
We're sitting here trying to talk movies, you know.
It's rough. It's a rough movie.
Okay.
Don't. It's
How long
it's
is
not
it?
light
Hour and
at
a
all.
half, or-
Yeah, like an hour and a half, hour 45.
Rough the entire hour and a half?
No.
Okay.
And maybe I was just more sensitive to it.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely was not lighthearted at all.
Gotcha.
Really good indie though. Really good indie movie.
Okay. Well, I like indie stuff. Yeah, because it didn't get really a wide release. I wanted to see it here. I think it was at the Narrow for like a day or
It was
so.
at the Narrow for a day, and I think the closest it really came to a real theater. Narrow's a real theater, but like a
more
chain-ish
stable
was
distribution.
Richmond. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wide
Yeah.
release theater is the word
Yes.
you're looking for.
Whatever, that too.
or a stable place where movies are shown. It's way less awkward than just saying
Well, no,
wide release.
because it could show it, at Regal once. And it was still shown at other Regals. It just wasn't shown at the Regal here. So I mean, you can't say it was wide distribution if they didn't show it here.
Oh no, it definitely it stayed
was-
in limited release.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
that's
just,
why I can't
it
say
didn't-
more wider release theater. So she's sassy tonight. I don't know what her doing.
Sassy.
Yeah, more than usual.
That's her character. Sass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Character.
Yeah.
So apparently 6 minutes ago, Screen Rant was kind enough to share with the Twitter sphere that Hunger Games and Twilight have more stories to tell, according to the Lionsgate CEO, which means that I know, that's about the face I made too. And let me tell you, I have an embarrassing amount of love for those 2 properties. Even
The books and the
Ask
movies.
Divergent how that went for him.
well, I didn't have the same love for Divergent, but
Apparently no one did.
even but yeah, I read them. I mean, even Twilight, I love Twilight. I read the crap out of Twilight.
What about the movies though?
Not as good.
Yeah.
But they don't have more stories to tell. They are stopped now with stories. Both of them. They need to stop. They need to stop.
Yeah.
They do.
I feel like both of those were 4 movies. Both of those stretched their last book out until.
Yeah, they
2
didn't need
parts.
to for the Hunger Games within it.
No, I thought that those last.
And
They were trying to
no,
copy Harry
Twilight
Potter.
was 5 movies. Because it was
4
4 books.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, do we want to use that to jump into news here? We have a news.
Yeah, news.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
That's me reading Publimeter
That,
every day
It always looks like she's on the toilet.
for you.
that'll never get old.
Yeah, people always read the news on the toilet.
Well, the
Actually,
Publimeter.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Keith, you're first
Why do I gotta be first?
because I said so.
Okay.
And it's breaking news. Are you ready?
What's breaking news?
Okay. Robert Pattinson doesn't always joke, but when he does, it's about bestiality.
That was the news? That's breaking? It's breaking news? I thought that came out yesterday.
It's
Oh.
breaking.
Okay,
Because I'm
breaking.
breaking it.
You're breaking the show.
You're breaking.
You guys are doing that long before I
You're
came
breaking my spirits. Is what you're doing.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, he alleged that he was on a movie set and they requested that he perform some sex acts with a dog, and he, rejected that notion, and
As one should.
and yeah, good for him. And now he has come out saying that,
Yeah, good for him for following the law.
well, I like human decency.
He's taking a tough stand.
I mean, I have no problem with, Robert Pattinson. Not,
I didn't know where that was going.
no, Robert Pattinson. I never would have been like,
Scared me.
it figures sparkly vampire. Like, no, I like him. I'm fine with that. I was Team Edward. It's cool.
Okay. What was the other team?
Jacob,
Okay, I don't know what this means.
if,
Werewolves and vampires. Basically Underworld, but for teen girls.
You always go werewolf, right?
no,
You
I
go
went vampire.
Okay.
Sparkly vampire, apparently.
Okay.
And Pattinson was a sparkly vampire.
Yeah. Well, it was like a pretty boy or a really, really hairy dude, and
Yeah, no, I feel like you made that.
I love how she went with the vampire in the movie, but werewolf in real life.
All right, Keith, comment.
Contradictory there.
Comment, please.
I got no comment. I didn't care about him or the Twilight movies. I didn't realize he could do comedy, I guess. They decided to use a fake dog penis, I guess. I don't...
What is happening?
No, I don't think they...
What is the story?
I don't think that was it at all. I think that wasn't a thing in the movie. I don't know. Like, I think he was just joking about it.
Why would you joke about that?
I don't know. He needed attention. His literal only job is to get attention from people. That's a good way to do it. I mean, he's not freaking...
Sparkle.
I'm gonna tag in. Matt, this is all you.
Tag out.
Tag out, that too.
Tag out.
I'm
You're
gonna
making the
tag
tag?
Matt,
Hot tag.
Hot tag.
Coming in.
Boom.
Robert Pattinson doesn't like that. He's made it clear.
He seems like an okay guy.
He doesn't like hot tags.
You know what? Okay, so this is a guy that as a kid was like a model,
Yeah.
and then he became like
Had aspirations for more.
a wizard.
No.
Yes.
Oh, he was a wizard. You're right. He was a
and
wizard.
then hit the Twilight. So
He was
like
in the Triforce Cup.
he's never. He's.
It is not the Triforce
Yeah,
Cup.
no, it's a Triforce Cup.
No, you were both wrong. It is the Tri-Wizard Tournament, and if you say it wrong again, I will punch you.
Oh, yeah. Wait, the tournament was the Tri-Wizard Tournament, but they were going for the Triforce Cup.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they won
Right.
from the Tri-Wizard Tournament.
After they drove the course a few times, and that's how they got the Triforce Cup.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Now he's talking about Mario
is-
Kart. There is an actual Triforce Cup. It's just Robert Pattinson had nothing to do with it. Or maybe he does. I don't know. He could cart it
Why
in his spare
not?
time.
You can make your,
Point being,
Robert Pattinson, if you're listening, you're welcome to come over and, not pleasure my dog and play Mario Kart with us.
but
He's
like,
not interested in that, so I...
hold on, I just thought of something. Didn't Daniel Radcliffe have something where he had to like fake sex with a horse or something in one of his
Well, he
plays
was
on a
yeah, he was
stage?
in
It was like
Equus.
stage play or something.
He stood
yeah,
next to...
his dick was out.
Okay, I don't know. I remember there being a horse and another wizard, and I'm not really
I
sure what these
feel
guys are
weird
saying,
about...
too.
Let's move
I
on.
feel like Hogwarts is really teaching some weird
Point
stuff.
is, Robert Pattinson has never had to be a normal person, so he doesn't understand how to make jokes.
Basically.
That was a good, succinct summary, Matthew.
Way to round it out.
I will reward you by making you the next commenter, the first commenter on the next story.
What's the
This
next
is a
story?
reward.
The next story
We'll find
is that we yesterday were granted a gift from the gods, or Ryan Reynolds, of
Same thing.
the new Cable picture or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no quippy commentary. I was at the gym while you two were going on about this.
Did we say
So-
good things?
Yeah, we did.
Well, just
We're
repeat
really-
them because I wasn't listening the first time.
Man, he looks
And-
good. He looks so much like Cable.
I'm
so happy.
Little less blue. Cable's
is-
got that bright blue.
Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a big X on the front of his chest. He's coming back from the future. I wonder if he's actually like.
A little bigger.
I wonder if he's actually Nathan Summers.
You know, they the speculation on the interwebs is that there we go.
They're going full on.
The teddy bear. That if you look closely, he's got a teddy bear at his waist. It's a tie into Hope Summers.
Okay, then that's getting too into.
That's what the.
That's
the
getting
interwebs
everything
say.
into the weeds. Like, you got to be careful with all of this, especially once you started introducing time traveling X-Men. It gets really complicated really fast. But look how good he looks.
It does.
That
And
look.
there were
That's
some
a
set
good
photos-
looking Cable.
Set photos came out today too, and he's
Man,
it's great.
fantastic.
They've done it. They've done it well.
This Deadpool movies. I hate that the Deadpool movie is the only movie that's getting the X-Men right on screen. And Logan.
I don't. Yeah, but I mean,
but
why?
Logan's still so tied into the.
We're going to
I
talk
don't know,
about Logan
it's-
again later.
It's so frustrating though. Like, why did it take them this long to get X-Men right?
I don't know.
They obviously.
Why can't you put them in comic accurate costumes? It's obviously working here. It's working for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Nobody had a problem with Deadpool being in a completely faithful Deadpool outfit. Nobody had a problem with it.
No.
We all just loved it.
Yeah. Because I think the fans are like, I feel like the movie studios are trying to be like, oh, look at us, we're gonna make serious art, but with these kind of silly
Put them in
characters.
leather.
Yeah, let's make it grounded and realistic. We know what we're going for. We're going for campy superheroes
Good point, Keith.
that break the fourth wall and do stupid crap.
So it's nice to see X-Men on the screen the way they should be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I want to see how they tie it all in. You know, Brolin's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that one.
Look at his hair. Everything's perfect. Good Cable.
Yeah,
He's
You
way
see-
better than Cox.
or Comcast. Let's stop before we get into anything.
Moving on. All right. I'm going to pitch this one to my fiance because we will sadly agree on this. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris are done, and they're so attractive and funny that I don't understand it, and there's no hope for any of us, and we're all going to die alone.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. I kind of thought love was dead after Will Arnett and Amy Poehler broke up. So
They broke up?
Yeah,
I'll be damned.
yeah, just years ago, and I was like, oh well, love's dead. Why do you guys think I'm so cynical?
Oops.
You can tie it all back
Somebody
to
wasn't
Will
paying
Arnett
attention that day.
and Amy Poehler getting divorced. What's
I honestly
what-
had no idea.
What's the point?
That was less than a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
We were in this house.
No, when Amy Poehler and Will Arnett.
Well, he's going to look it up.
Yep. Let's find out here. You guys talk so there isn't dead
Oh,
air.
No, I
'Cause
was
that's
gonna
how
dead air.
radio works.
Not dead air.
Yeah,
can
no,
see
Will
us.
Arnett. Yeah, they can see us. That's about it. Let's see. Amy Poehler. Oh, yeah, it was 2016.
So you just
Yeah.
don't care about, do you just think all celebrities are
I mean,
terrible?
it's sad. No, it's sad that they couldn't make it work, but like, okay. Like, I don't have a chance with either of them. Everybody's going off like they've got a chance with either of them.
I have a chance.
Which one?
I really don't care.
Yeah, I'm okay
I
with
could
it.
bring home either one, and Keith would be totally fine with it.
To be fair, I prefer Anna Faris before whatever work she had done on her face.
You think she had work done?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
look,
she's lost a little
look.
weight.
No, Anna Faris did something weird with her lips. Let's see. I'm trying to think of when it was. Oh geez, let's just look up her filmography so I can figure this crap out here. Because if you go back and look at her, yeah, it was somewhere around the mid 2000s where she. Here, let's do
Ooh,
Anna Faris.
okay.
Let's look at her Scary Movie, and then post like around House Bunny. Something went weird with her face.
I liked a house bunny.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
That-
so
You,
okay.
you see that, right?
Maybe
And-
it's just that
and
she's
now
blonde
let's-
now.
No, I don't think it's that she's blonde. And let's look up Anna Faris 2017, right?
She did get older.
You,
Oh, that would explain why she got dumped.
I mean, probably. Let's be honest.
I mean, it's got to be tough.
Look, Look at those lips there.
Nah, dude, I think she just got older.
Now, the lips are different. And I really should throw this up so people can see this.
She's got to be like 40, right?
I think her lips are fine. I would not kick her out of bed for those lips.
I'm not going to kick her out of bed either. I'm just saying. Something's different.
Go back.
No.
Okay, now I don't.
Okay, we're having this whole conversation, and nobody who is watching us on Facebook can see it.
Hold on. Let's.
I really think she just got older.
The question is.
Whoops.
The question is, viewers, did Anna Faris have work done?
Yeah.
And
I think she
did it lead to her, the end of her relationship with Chris Pratt?
The rumor is that Jennifer Lawrence was the end of her relationship with Chris Pratt.
As is the ends of most relationships. That's what ended my relationship.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep.
Jennifer Lawrence? No, I just heard that he was like a serial cheater.
Really?
I could see that.
You can?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
there's Anna Faris.
He's
then,
a
like,
good
Scary
looking
Movie.
dude that's like popular.
And then Anna Faris more recently.
That's also a terrible picture.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's her made up for an event,
And
not a movie.
taking that random screenshot from Scary Movie, I don't know if that really... I think I don't know. I mean, maybe once this show is over, we will Google and see if we can find some more conclusive evidence. But
Okay.
I
I
don't
think we need
know.
to run it past the Keith computer.
The Keith computer.
Yep. Analyze it.
The Keith Pewter.
I only analyze things on the first date.
Moving on. Next
Next
news
piece of
item.
news.
All right, Matt, you're first.
Okay.
ABC pulled the live Little Mermaid musical from their schedule. I am relieved. Are you relieved? I'm relieved.
I want to see Little Mermaid.
You don't,
I
or you
do. This is finally one that I want to see because it can't be.
The music is so super good,
I
but
want to see it.
But do you know why I'm relieved?
No.
I'm relieved because of Walken Hook.
Yes, they need to get Christopher Walken as Ariel.
No, what?
No, Christopher Walken
Under
as...
the sea.
No,
I don't know. I can't do a Christopher Walken.
King
do
Triton.
your Walken.
No, I can't do
I
it.
can't do it. Damn it, I
He
can't
wouldn't
do
have done Under the Sea
No, I can't
anyway.
do it.
He'd be doing part of your world.
Yeah, that's true. Look at this thing. I can't remember the lyrics now.
Isn't it neat?
Isn't it
Wouldn't
neat?
you think my collection's complete?
I want to see
What-
this so bad now.
Wouldn't you think my collection is complete? See, I'm losing it now.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
I'm losing it.
Well, he'd probably he'd probably do like lower Christopher Walken voice whenever he's saying like Dinglehopper. So it'd be like
I mean, what do you want with my dingle hopper?
No,
See,
he'd
I'm
probably
going
go
more
into,
Dan.
like-
Going more Dan Aykroyd.
He'd be
Ariel never said that.
Dinglehopper.
No, she never said, "What do you want with my dinglehopper?" That's ridiculous. Just saying.
Well,
I know that movie inside out and upside down. There's no way.
Well, I think
I mean,
we all know that
Keith, you're just putting squares all over the place. There we
yeah,
go.
there we go.
we all know that it's might be my favorite Disney movie.
No, The Little Mermaid is
Christopher Walken?
without question one of my favorite Disney movies. They don't pull off this live stuff as well as they think they do.
No, they
Have you
really
seen the
don't.
the musical?
Yeah, no.
The Broadway?
No, I have
musical?
not. No, I think I think the musicals are fantastic. I think when they do them live on television, they
just
do
turn
not
out.
turn out. I don't know what it is.
That's what I said about the last one because I can't remember what. Let's see.
Well,
Sound of
they
Music, they've
destroyed
done
Dirty
Hairspray.
Dancing. They
Yeah.
killed Hairspray. I mean, they just don't do them well. They just don't pull them off. I don't know what it is. You can take a flawless Broadway cast and, for whatever reason, televise them on prime time, and they will just stink up the place. I mean, I have no real answer as to why, but I'm relieved.
You're right though. I don't know. People love them though.
They watch them.
That's a
That
good point.
doesn't mean they love them.
I feel like they love the Sound of
Do
Music.
they even
right?
really watch
I've-
them that much?
I
The
don't.
ratings, are the ratings that good for them?
Yeah, they
You
were
know
initially.
what else the ratings are good for? A Zamboni to everyone at the hockey game. I'm just saying. People
That's a good
turn.
point.
Yeah, but they're already there for the hockey game, so I think that the Zamboni's kind of a side.
Yeah, but they like that organ music. Da, 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 da,
How long has it been
da,
since you've been
da.
to a hockey game?
Do you know what hockey is?
They play hip hop now.
What?
Hippity hop.
Dum, 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 dum. Did they ever do that? Is that baseball?
Baseball.
I should stop pretending I know sports. I want to go to a hockey game now. When's hockey go? Does that goes on when it's cold?
Yes, and what was the temperature today, Matthew?
I don't know. I didn't go outside.
It was like 90s. It's too
1990s.
hot for that. All right, I think we're done with this topic. What else we got next? And Scott said that I just prefer Chris Pratt, and that's a valid statement.
You want to sleep with Chris Pratt?
over Anna Faris? I mean, probably.
Wait,
you are
for
being
what?
Very mean to her.
For what?
That's what I'm saying. What do
All
you...
aspects. I'll let you guys figure it out. Next topic.
Okay, and this is another one that I sort of tuned out while you two were flipping out on it, so I'm just going to let you recreate your conversation that you had earlier this week.
Okay.
Netflix bought Miller World, and for some reason, everyone is freaking out, even the normies. So explain it while I, again, do not listen to you.
So, like the first part of this show.
Might as well be honest.
The normies are getting into it because it's Netflix's first acquisition as far as, the media business.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
They've actually acquired something that they aren't doing in-house.
No, I know what acquisition means. I mean, what does that mean from like a... I mean, what does it mean from like a media standpoint? Like, so they acquired Miller World, but what does that mean? Does it mean their characters, the stories, the images?
The property. Yeah, the intellectual property is the way I understand it.
Can anyone else do it?
I don't think so.
Well,
Is it something that's
pre-produced,
pre-produced, or is it something that they're going to produce?
I mean, there's stuff that's already been licensed out as far as like Kick-Ass
They don't have Kick-Ass, and they don't have
what's the other
Kingsman.
Kingsman, that's right. Thank you. But I mean, other than that, they've got a whole slew of things they can make use of.
Well, the thing with Mark Miller is, ever since he left Marvel and went off on his own, started making his own imprint. Although he publishes under Icon, right? Which I believe is owned by Marvel. Marbles. It's owned by a bunch of marbles. I think Icon's owned by Marvel. It's their indie print division. Because like Powers was under that. But ever since he left, he's started doing these like finite they're all basically mini-series.
Yeah.
And he does them almost exclusively to try to turn them into movie product. I mean, that's why he's doing it. He wants to make movies out of them. They're very cinematic in their presentation. A lot of splash pages, and this is what he wants out of it. Now everybody's acting, and I think what happened is they've either got a very good PR person, or they've got a very good or they wrote a decent press release, because they intentionally made it look like Netflix had made an acquisition akin to like Disney picking up Marvel or Warner Brothers when they bought DC. And no, these are lesser properties. It's not like these are huge acquisitions that everybody knows.
Right.
People know Kick-Ass, they know Kingsman, but those are all shored up, and that's not what you're going to be seeing. Yeah. You're going to probably be seeing like Chrononauts and Superior,
I've been meaning to pick up Chrononauts. Have you read it?
I haven't. I'm into. Mark Miller's very hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
And then they're also going off on like, hey, this is the man that wrote Civil War, and this is the guy that created Old Man Logan for all intents and purposes.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit of cheating. He doesn't have those properties.
It is, but it's like, I mean, if he worked on those properties, you're gonna name drop the crap out of them.
I get it. They're very popular, but they're also characters that he didn't create. I'm interested to see what they do though, because there are several really, really good, not really good. There's several good properties there that could have a lot of potential. I don't think they're going to be hard to adapt, which will be nice. So, we're going to get something interesting. But I don't think it's this big thing that everybody has made it out to be. Like, this is this gigantic acquisition that Netflix has made. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm unhappy about that. I didn't bring it up because I'm unhappy.
I'm very unhappy about it. I think that's a bigger...
Why don't you illuminate it for our people?
It's almost like they kind of buried it. because I didn't.
It
I
was
also, I
it was a
haven't-
late release
It
today.
came out right after work.
Yeah,
so
it came out right after work, and I
Which
had
is
already
why-
produced
I'm gonna
a
let
segment.
you guys talk while I do some technical stuff.
Yeah, so apparently the Netflix Disney deal is ending because Disney is going to start their own streaming service.
I'm bummed.
Which, I mean, yeah, I understand the
I
reason
get it,
behind
but
it.
yeah, I'm bummed.
But at the same time, this kind of goes to my whole streaming fatigue that I've got. I'll be honest, a lot of what I watch on Netflix are those Disney releases that come out 6 months out. Because you're talking 6 months after the release theatrically, you've got every Disney movie, every Marvel movie, every Star Wars movie. And they're hitting Netflix like clockwork, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
But, you know, that's ending. And I feel like that didn't even last a year. Maybe a little over a year. 'Cause I feel like Zootopia was the first one they released.
I don't know if it's been a year.
It definitely doesn't seem long at all.
Probably not. They just, you know.
I think ultimately all of this compartmentalizing of entertainment is going to be a bad thing.
I think it'll force the hardware to deal with it. I mean, I think it will. I think because the reason why I can navigate through all that stuff is because I can push a button on my remote and ask Siri where to find something, and she'll find it for me.
But how do you handle all the fees
We pay them.
associated?
We have to. I mean, we don't. There are a couple we won't pay for.
CBS go.
Say what now?
CBS.
Yes. But yeah,
I pay for CBS.
we pay. I mean, that's just how it is. We're just gonna get nickel and dimed until somebody puts it back together, and then it's just gonna be cable.
You know, it's
gonna be a
like
cycle.
everybody is they're kind of patting themselves on the back for cutting the cord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we're just trading one master for another.
Yeah.
And this is how it's always going to be. It's not like we've come out ahead. I'm probably paying just as much for cable. I've got PlayStation View, which is a good $30 a month, so I can watch basically all of the cable channels that I watched on cable. I've got the Netflix at 10, HBO Go at 15, Hulu at 12 because I have to have the commercial free.
Yeah, I got
CBS at another 10. That's a lot of money right there. That's probably right up there with cable. Oh, and I've still got to pay $70 a month for cable for a higher internet speed because I'm doing all of this downloading and streaming, and I want it all.
Yeah, but you'd have the internet anyway.
And I would.
But
You're right.
to put it in perspective, I think just internet, a decent mid-range to upper mid-range or lower high range, however you want to look at it, is about $65 a month just for the internet. So that cost is going to be there right there. You can take that out. Yep. $65 right out. Cable right now, a decent mid-range package is probably about $140. I know this because I have it elsewhere. So that's $140 for just your basic channels, not your HBO, not your Stars.
So we're still coming out ahead.
I think we're
yes and no.
I think we're coming out ahead because the reason why so many people were so psyched to cut the cord is because the service is terrible. Because it wasn't a problem with the product. Like, unless you had something that cut out frequently, which even the dish, the satellite stuff, they figured that out, you know. But so it wasn't the quality, it wasn't the product, it was that, like, the bundling and the service and the fact that they, like, I almost feel like we can tell, like, consumers are smart, you know, we can tell, like, this Disney thing. It's a bummer for us, but we can see they have an opportunity to make money. It makes sense. It's a bummer for us. We know we're going to pay it.
And we can choose. We can choose not to pay it.
But
if we're not into that, we don't have to pay it.
But cable companies, they offer notoriously terrible service on top of just forcing you to bend over.
Well, do you know why you can't get... Do you know how cable does their pricing? Oh, you probably do, just because you were that close to it.
For those that don't, though, because not everybody
there's
watches
there's a reason why you can't get the channels that you want. It's because, so let's say ESPN. Everybody always gets saddled with ESPN. I never wanted ESPN, but you know, Disney will be like, okay, here you go. Here's your ESPN. You can have your ESPN for like, you know, $13, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But you have to take these channels here too.
Yeah.
To kind of subsidize it. And that's why you get stuck in. So I kind of get it. It's not as bad. Price wise, yeah, we probably are. not going to come out much more ahead. But we have the power of choice. Like, I can choose to get Netflix. If Netflix has what I want, then I'm going to have Netflix. If there's something, if I love HBO, boom, I've got HBO. I don't need Showtime.
And you can do that with some of the sports, too. Not ESPN, I don't think, just yet. But you can do that with some of the sports stuff, too. The MLB packages and things like that, too.
Well, you got to look at it. This has been in front of Congress a couple times. And John McCain, among several others, were pushing for a la carte cable, and the cable companies wouldn't have it. And now I think they might be kicking themselves because the networks are doing it themselves.
John McCain would have only picked a better running mate.
We cannot do politics, or I will leave.
Nope.
I promise.
I don't even post certain things that have politics slants on them on Pop because I want to stay out of politics.
I really like John McCain.
You can get that on 95% of Facebook, and that's
we will say that
making
John
it low.
McCain might have been right about a la carte cable, and that's
John McCain.
all we're going to say about John McCain.
I've been saying for the past 8 years, cable is going by the wayside, and we're going to be able to pick and choose what we want. And sure enough, here we are. As soon as Netflix came out,
sure.
I mean, you can pick and choose. I mean, you've got PlayStation View. You don't have the. You have
because I want my my HGTV and my my home improvement shows.
But even obviously, but even that, you've got the stations you want without getting all like 200 extra ones. You've got to buy about 30 to 50 channels that are pretty mainstream that you're going to have something you can watch on them. You don't need the other 150 to 200. And I think that's what
I do miss going through and seeing some of the weird ones.
I miss the random surfing and background noise, but
you know which channel I really loved? The John McCain channel. Have you guys checked that one out?
Okay, so you know what I legitimately miss? WeTV.
I feel
Bridezillas.
like you could get that.
No.
No?
They're really weird.
I like Bridezillas.
Like the little obscure ones are. Like the smaller ones,
see, that's why I have
weird
the View.
About how they.
That's why I have the View.
But see, it's
I
not.
think I have WeTV.
It's not worth it for like I can, if I want to watch Bridezillas, I can just go buy because I wasn't like, oh, it's Tuesday, new Bridezillas. Like,
yeah, it's not like I wonder how the storyline's going to continue.
Yeah, it's about.
Although I don't know, they did storylines. You had to watch multiple episodes to see the whole story.
They would span a bride over 2 episodes, but
I've heard.
He doesn't know. He doesn't actually watch it. But yeah, I mean, I can just buy a season from Amazon and turn it on in the background while I'm folding laundry or
you're right.
You
just need a handful.
And like they'll release like one season at a time on Hulu, and that's usually all I need. And I wonder if those stations are gonna hold up. You know what I mean?
It's a good question. I don't know. Probably not. How could they? I guess it depends on the deals.
The little ones. TLC is another one that does weird releases. Like they put some stuff on.
They'll get in there because they've got they're part of bigger stations ultimately, anyways, aren't they?
Reminds me, I was watching 90 Day Fiance, and I forgot to continue watching it. I like to watch the 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance.
Sometimes you want to look at other options for getting married.
For other people?
That's right. No. Just window. It's like window shopping.
But
Ernie says he just wants his MTV. And he actually said religious broadcasters are blocking the a la carte. Do you guys know anything about that?
Oh, no, I don't.
I didn't realize.
Because in...
Ernie, you're going to get smoked living in Virginia Beach and saying that. Please be careful.
I think they have...
I like you, Ernie. I don't want you to get smoked.
I think he's going to get smoked.
I mean, if he let's be
fair, also, Ernie,
if he hasn't already.
And honestly, he does not want MTV in its current incarnation.
No.
Although I will say I do like me some Teen Mom. Although I don't know.
I also like Teen Moms.
I can't. No.
What?
No.
This is a show.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yes. No more speaking. All right. It's 9. You want to call it quits? I'm kidding. Let's move on to the next topic. I know. Keith was like, oh my God, what do I say?
And I was like, are we getting out early?
Oh, we do. No, because we actually have a topic.
We do have a topic.
We've talked about.
We did. Matt didn't.
Yeah, well,
Matt was like earning a living.
I'll figure something out.
We were able to figure it out.
I was cutting a video for the USO. It's very noble work.
It was very noble work. So,
nice.
Keith and I were talking at some point in the distant past about how if I see a movie trailer that I really love and it gets me really excited for the movie, I will watch it and watch it and watch it, and then if I and I constantly want to watch it. So And the most recent one is The Disaster Artist. Because that trailer is hilarious.
I'm telling
and
you, we have to watch that movie.
it's
before
made
you go
me
to watch
so
that.
excited for The Disaster Artist.
Logistics question: do you have it on DVD? Do you have a copy of it available?
I'll get one.
Okay.
I've been meaning to.
Oh, they do. They should play at the Narrow every once in a while.
Have they?
Yeah, I've seen it at the Narrow.
Oh, what the hell?
Or I've seen it at the Plaza Theater in Atlanta, and I can't remember what city I live in.
Yeah, it's probably the Plaza.
It might be. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to go one time, and someone just like bring spoons, and I didn't know what the spoon thing was.
So you got scared. They're like, no,
Well,
I'm not getting into this.
I saw that movie.
It wasn't as weird
I
as
know where this goes.
the requests that I got before I went to Rocky Horror for the first time, and the requests I got afterwards.
Still have never been to a Rocky Horror showing, despite living in this area for 33 years.
Have you watched the movie?
I've seen the movie, yes, but I have not gone to the Narrow for it.
I don't understand why people who've seen the movie would go back to see it.
I mean, it's a decent, fun movie.
I'm anti-Rocky Horror. I don't know.
Why?
I just don't like it.
Unpopular opinion.
Didn't
You
like
should
it.
write a piece
It's
for
an
Pop.
it is an unpopular opinion.
And then tell us why.
I should get the website.
Yeah, we have a
first.
blog.
Yes. People still write to our blog, and you know where they go to? rfrblog.com.
Okay, yeah, I'll get it done. It's just like
Henry's busy.
very busy. I've been
Henry's,
very busy.
Henry's actually writing a whole series about TV shows that he's watching these days.
You know, I've got everything imported over. We just got to pull a switch.
What's this
That's
we?
it. We just have to pull a
What's this
switch.
we?
I have to pull a switch. I had to pull a switch.
Got a switch for you right here, you
Yeah,
son
this
of
is-
a...
Everything's ready
All
to
right,
go.
trailers.
Right. So I've watched The Disaster Artist probably once a day for the last, since it's been out,
Yeah.
couple weeks. And it got me thinking about other movies that I've had. Well, actually, not all movies. Some of them are non-movies, but that I have that relationship with. And it occurs to me that there's something very different about a trailer versus a film or the product, the finished product.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
have
marketing.
Rogue One.
Well, like, there are some movies that have been so much better than their trailers, and then there have been some trailers that literally blew every joke in the movie, like for a comedy movie.
Yeah.
That it was just like, there's no point in this.
You know what? I think the worst one in recent memory. Do you guys remember that Harrison Ford ghost movie? Robert Zemeckis did it. What Lies Beneath? Is that it? I didn't see the movie because it literally gave everything away, beat by beat by beat, and I just didn't. I never saw a reason to see the movie.
I feel like there's been a movie lately that I've seen that did the exact same thing. I'm trying to remember what it was now.
I feel like, okay, so the Hangover 2 gave away every joke in the
Still
trailer.
haven't seen The Hangover 2. I
Well-
refuse to see 2 and 3.
Well,
I'm shocked that she said there were jokes in it.
there were jokes. They gave them all away in the
I
trailer.
feel like a lot of Seth Rogen movies have all the jokes in the trailer.
Well, hopefully not The Disaster Artist.
No,
I think he's evolved in his filmmaking, fingers crossed. But
it's gonna be amazing.
But I mean, like there were. Now I can't think of it. I've been scouring the internet, and all I can really find is like the best trailers ever, and I mean, that's not exactly what we're going
No,
for.
right.
I mean, like there are really great trailers, but I think there's so many elements to doing really good trailers involve like forming characters and creating a connection before you see their story. And
Well, it
things
has
like
an
that.
agenda. It always has a clear-cut agenda that the movie doesn't always have. So, they've got to sell the movie.
Yeah,
So if they've got a piece of crap, they've got to find a way to sell that movie.
like Suicide Squad.
Like Suicide Squad.
well, that was probably one of the worst ones we've had in the most.
That's a
recent years.
fantastic trailer.
Yeah, the
And then
trailer was
movie
great.
was okay. But the movie didn't live up to what we were promised. And that may be why we were so disappointed in the movie, was because we were delivered such a better trailer experience. And then, boom, we get none of that.
No, we would have been disappointed.
Yeah, there's no way we would have enjoyed that.
We just probably wouldn't have seen it. I mean, think about it.
Yeah. Well, I think
we would have seen it, but not in the theater.
I think something else that they do is they try to sell us on a movie that's not that is different tonally. Like sometimes they'll completely short shift the tone of a movie to try to sell it to a broader audience. Like Colossal, we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Colossal, the trailer for Colossal makes it look like a slapstick, fun kind of light movie about a woman who can control a giant kaiju.
I have an example.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, it's my first one on the list. So a trailer, or well, it wasn't a trailer. They did a series of vignettes, and it's Disney, and they're brilliant. That's how they do it. But was Wall-E. So the vignettes that they did were very adorable, robot, and they were. But the tone of the movie, I mean, you got a lot of adorable robot. Don't get me wrong. Like you very closely felt with this, this robot. But the tone of these little vignettes were like totally different than what actually. This movie was kind of heavy.
It was very heavy.
It was about like pollution and the end of our world and like
Fat people.
obesity and all this stuff. And these little vignettes were like 15, 20 seconds, and they just showed Wall-E being fudging adorable
As he does.
as he is, and that's kind of all it was, just him like playing around and having fun and whatever. So I watched all of those trailers, or they weren't even trailers, they were just these little vignettes, and here we go. Look at his bouncy balls.
He's not gonna break my heart and make me cry in the middle of this movie several times.
Yeah, he did though. He did.
So damn.
And we all know, but look, here he goes. Oh, here he goes. Ta-da!
Don't.
Ah!
Oh, Wall-E, what are you doing?
So I love these. These were super entertaining. This is like
Yeah.
before the crazy, the crazy sharing culture that we have now with trailers.
Virality.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, viral videos were a thing. I mean, how old was that Ooga Chugga baby, right? But
Too
old. But
Yet not old enough to drink.
no, too old. But anyway, these were just fun. They were fun little character building.
And then you go to the movie and like Wall-E's going back to his home and putting on Hello Dolly.
Well,
and you're
but
gonna
like
start
think
crying.
about it though. You already had so much.
You got the character.
You
from
got
these
the
little
character
vignettes.
from these, and now they did a
But-
really good job telling the stories, and now Pixar is fudging brilliant when they come to storytelling. They have a whole thing about it.
They're the best.
But yeah, that was my first example of like, well, not the first example in my life, but a good
That's
example.
a good one.
Well, and I've got one that's actually similar that they did. When did Wall-E come out? 2000.
7.
Okay. So
We sound super sure about that.
So think about 5 to 6 years earlier, where
Wall-E, 2008.
2008. Okay. So think about a few years earlier, because they did the same idea too. I'm just trying to pull this up here real quick. They took that idea. Well, I'm not gonna say they took the idea from them, but they took the idea of the vignettes and they had used it previously about 6 years prior for one of my favorite movies of all time. And it was great because you got so much of... let's see if it transitions now. Let's see here. I had this sometimes a second... Why is this not working? Let's see here. I don't know why this isn't working. But the movie I'm talking about, while I try to get this computer thing going here, is Lilo and Stitch. They did in 2000... what was it? 2002 was when the movie came out. Yeah, so the trailers were probably 2001. Why is that not switching over? That is the weirdest thing. That's why. Duh. So the 2001, they came out with the trailer. Sorry, kind of fumbling over my words here because I'm trying.
So the story is that Lilo and Stitch had a trailer.
Yes.
You say that it came out around 2001 or
Was there a
2002.
trailer? If they didn't have a trailer, I'm not
If you
interested.
two want to run the technical side of this shit here, you're more than welcome to.
We
Anyways,
are
here we go.
amusing the audience.
All
Okay,
right,
there we
so
go.
We're
Lilo and Stitch
clowns.
also had vignettes, but it played on.
Oh, I remember these.
It was when Disney was kind of in a slump for a little bit. They had the last good movie they had was probably Lion King, like the
you're
mid
right, the
'90s.
cow movie had come out.
Yeah, so they had.
Oh
a
yeah,
s-
Chicken Little.
on the
Well,
range.
They had
yeah.
a slump in the late '90s, and
Treasure
then
Planet.
early 2000s they come up with this genius idea. You have no idea what this Lilo and Stitch movie is about, but all of a sudden you're seeing commercials for your classic Disney movies: Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid.
The Beloveds.
Yeah, the classic 90s, the top four that everyone knows that era for. And then boom, this little blue alien comes in and completely screws with the entire scenario that we all know and love. Like Beauty and the Beast, for example, which is going on right now, where they're in the ballroom scene and Stitch is up on the ceiling. And the chandelier is about to come down and Belle goes back to her room, completely ruining Beauty and the Beast. Before that, it was Aladdin. They were on a whole new world in the magic carpet ride. He picks her up off the magic carpet and takes her in a spaceship and flies off.
Okay.
And I thought this was genius. I was like, I want to see this movie. I mean,
that was really smart. And
like
also,
17, 18?
it was a brilliant move on Disney's part because they were, reminding, like, I kind of want to watch Lion King. you know, it's like, oh, yeah, Lion King was great. Let's watch Lion King. So, I mean, we've known this for a while, but you get very far capitalizing on nostalgia.
Yeah. That'll always be true. Because, I mean, look, here we go. Little Mermaid. He's going to... have you seen these, Matt? I feel like you haven't seen... Okay, yeah.
I didn't remember them. Well, you know what else did that and did it in more of a traditional trailery way was just recently with The Force Awakens. I feel like they did a really good job of saying, hey, remember those movies that came out in the 99? Well, these are different because look, this looks like something you want to watch, right? They did a great job of using nostalgia and selling the nostalgia of Star Wars, all the while hiding pretty much everything about the plot. I think we were all able to kind of go into The Force Awakens pretty fresh. Not because a lot of times what we get now is, like you said, they give away the entire movie.
Yeah.
Or
spoilers online.
Yeah, exactly. And with this, all we had were the images, and you could look at it, and you've got the nostalgia of, oh my gosh, there's Han and Chewie, and they're home, and it just
the fact that they're saying, Chewie, we're home, kind of thing. I mean,
they literally said it. But they played off of nostalgia really well. But at the same time, you had no idea what you were getting into, what you were going to. It's like here's a lot of familiar images, but at the same time, they're also kind of fresh and new. Stormtroopers. Oh, wow, that Stormtrooper, that looks like a Stormtrooper. Wait, that Stormtrooper looks updated, like a new Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I think it did a really, really good job with that. And all three of the trailers that they released did a good job of paying homage to what was there before that you loved. And then also presenting, but there's also going to be this new stuff. And then when I went to the movie, when I went to see the movie, I was expecting, oh, I'm gonna love this movie because the original cast is in it. But what I didn't realize was how great the new cast was and how much I was into what they were doing. And they did a really good job of passing the baton, I think.
Yeah, no, they really did, and they
the font they used. This Christmas font, it reminds me of seeing like trailers for for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but see, this is where I burst your bubble and bringing up a trailer about 20 years ago that
What?
we were all excited for.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Going to see The Waterboy just to see this trailer and then leaving.
Seriously, that's what you did?
That's what a lot of people did.
You didn't like The Waterboy?
Did not like The Waterboy.
Well, the trailer we are speaking of, because Sarah's probably a little clueless on this one right now. There's a little movie
she was
we
a
liked.
popular person.
Yeah, she was doing cheerleading and all this
She's
crap.
so popular.
There's a little thing called Phantom Menace.
I mean, I actually watched The Waterboy.
Sarah's like, what's that green
is?
thing up on the
Is that a
screen?
Muppet
Are they
movie?
light swords? What are they doing here?
I knew what lightsabers were.
I thought she was going to say light swords.
But yeah, I mean, this was a highly anticipated trailer, and we all know how that
Now
one went.
look at the difference between the two trailers, though.
Well,
I feel like they're trying to do the same thing and just failing.
Well, I think the thing that... Go ahead, you had something?
Yeah. So here's my thing about trailers. I think one of the things that really makes the trailers stand out is when they can play the game that emotionally connects you to a character, right? In Star Wars, it was a little different because it was characters you're already emotionally connected to. But
Depending on the movie.
Well, yeah, but like with Wally and Lilo and Stitch, those were new characters for us. So we saw them in situations that pointed out something really key to sort of who they are and not what the plot is.
Right.
Like we saw Stitch being a fool,
Devious.
a lovable little scamp, you know, and we saw Wally being adorably curious and clueless, you know, and
Right.
It's a harder sell.
Well, it really is because you're not selling the plot of the movie, and trailers go immediately to the plot of the movie, and that's how all the jokes get blown and the spoilers and the what are they called? The little jumpy scenes.
action
Scares?
scenes.
No, the
Jump scares?
the jump scares and whatever. Those blow it for the movie because they want to tell you the story. They're so excited about the story. But you got to think that trailers might be better served focusing on characters.
Well, and I think something in the past, because I was going back. I was really digging into this one for a little while today, trying to figure out, all right, trailers, which ones do I actually remember seeing in theaters? Because I can go back and watch the trailer.
See, that was the thing. There were a lot that I didn't really remember.
Right.
I knew you'd bring up more that I would agree
because
with.
I could sit there and say, okay, yeah, the trailer for Ghostbusters is awesome. But there's no way I physically remember seeing that in the theaters because I was like, yeah, I was kind of born. How long did they get trailers out back in the 80s? Because I was born in 83, end of 83, movie came out in 84.
Well, see, that was the thing. Back then, there wasn't this kind of lead time that they had before. You didn't have 1, 2, 3, 4 trailers. You had a trailer that was cut. You might have a smaller one.
Yeah.
But it was like, it wasn't the I hate to say art form, but I feel like that there's an artistry to them now.
Now, Ernie had a really good point. Ernie says it's about the stockholders. They need to put butts in seats. For example, Marley and Me was teased as a comedy, but the dog dies. Spoilers. And
What?
but if you didn't know the book, who'd go watch a movie about a dog dying? I agree with you, except until they did that whole thing about the dog's purpose and that fake scandal and whatever. We knew that the dog was going to die in that movie. Now, that kind of had to play on that connection, that connection of with your pets.
Well,
So
and the journey itself.
I mean,
too.
no, I agree, Ernie. It is 100% about the stockholders, but I think that the way that they do it, especially in today's culture where everything's got to be viral, is got to be a little different. I mean,
You're right, but Ernie's also right. They're cutting a trailer so that they can. It's all about opening weekends now,
Yeah.
and it's. I feel like it's even less about making a good product. It's just about making a product that you could sell, and that you can put that great trailer out so that you can get that first weekend business because. Especially the way movie theaters work. I don't know if you guys know how movie theaters work, but that first weekend, almost all of the money goes to the distributor.
right.
And then as it goes on through the weeks, then they get more and more of a cut. So they want there's no reason, there's no benefit really for them to have a movie like Titanic that just makes a lot of money over a long period of time. Because that benefits the theaters. But if they could they care about that weekend, put a good trailer out, get butts in the seat for that first weekend. Who cares if it tanks after that? Because, it's word of mouth and people are going to find out it's a piece of crap from their friends and box office is going to tumble. But if you can get a nice trailer out and you can trick enough people to go, Colossal was a perfect example. You guys will see if you guys check that movie out. It was completely different than what was being sold. And that's got to anger people if they go in expecting something and they get something radically different. I think we're a little different because we kind of appreciate getting something that's a little different. But Joe Popcorn out there that just wants to go see a movie with his
Joe
kids.
Popcorn. I didn't know you knew him.
I
Joe
do.
Popcorn and I go way back. No, my question is that so many trailers that are cut to mirror the plot are drawing scenes from the movie. These vignettes that Keith and I are talking about, are unique. They were made just to market it, so there's a substantial budget involved there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about CGI and digital animation and stuff like that.
Sure.
So it might be an expense thing. And if you're talking about a lower budget movie, although I gotta say, Wall-E and Lilo and Stitch were not front runners. You could tell that they weren't ones that Disney had dumped a lot of money. They dumped plenty of money into it, but they didn't.
I think Lilo and Stitch specifically was handled by the Orlando crew. I don't think it was the A team. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the animation studio at what was then MGM, I guess it was Disney Studios back there, but the Orlando kind of B team handled it.
I've got a question for you guys. What are you guys considering low budget these days? Because in
Well,
days of Marvel movies where budgets are 9 digits.
I honestly can't speak intelligently on movie budgets. I can't, because once you get past $30, I don't understand how much money that is.
I think you're right about. I think Wall-E was expensive.
But
Or Wall-E was
Wall-E
expensive.
was expensive, but also I think that, like, I don't know. I think that it takes some, like, an extra step and an extra staff and a lot of extra time and money to create something unique.
It does.
And that's going to be, like, rather than just taking deleted scenes or scenes in the movie or,
Right.
you know, the big explosion moment or whatever.
We have to have the idea for it.
Yeah. Well, so you need more writers. You know, and then actually Lego Batman, that was another one.
Mhm.
They came out with those 2 trailers. They just dropped them online. And they were, now they had some movie stuff in it, but they
Yeah.
were a large part of it was like uniquely written and uniquely scripted
Right.
and played with the fans and stuff like that. So, now I thought I liked the Lego Batman movie. I thought the trailers were better. The trailers made me more excited.
The trailers played up on the fun angle. I mean, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Deadpool earlier in the show. Is that, you know, they play up the campiness. They know they're making a movie about Lego
Sure.
figures.
Oh my God! Ernie says
about-
1 million is independent, low budget. Oh God, shoot me in the face.
Sure.
What's 1 million? I don't know.
Dollars?
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
Oh, $1 million. No, if
Yeah,
I had
I
$1
don't-
million
what's-
dollars,
Yeah, because
can I do
anything
with
under
money?
that, anything under that
Holy
is
cow.
like is ultra low budget or no
like
budget.
Clerks.
Clerks isn't even a movie
Clerks is a fan film.
at this point. Yeah, there's people dumping $27,000 into fan films at this point.
Oh my God,
I don't know what this is
that's
like.
more than most people make in a year.
There's probably people that spent
Oh my
thousands
God,
of dollars
Ernie,
on
I
their
have so-
48-hour film.
There's so
projects
much
this
respect
weekend.
for independent filmmakers. It is not easy for you guys out there.
Well, something that you guys mentioned, because you mentioned the marketing about how they wrote stuff specifically for the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other movies that like Suicide Squad that take scenes directly from the movie itself. But I mean, that's what they used to do. I want to say pre-late 90s, early 2000s. For example, Ghostbusters. They still showed scenes from the movie, but they didn't show the plot points. You know, they didn't focus on a lot of the action or a lot
Yeah,
of
it
the
was
plot
just a
like
lot of-
trailers
Well,
do
more
these
about
days.
Abstract imagery.
I think those vignettes are reflective of how the industry's changing. I think that
Yeah, but those vignettes, have we seen anything like those vignettes in 10 years?
I can't say.
I don't think we have.
Well, I mean,
those
doing
vignettes were 10, 15 years ago.
but they're doing like viral. Well, now it's all going directly
back on
online. It's
viral.
viral stuff now.
Maybe. But I haven't seen anything really viral per se other than, you know, Thor Ragnarok is one of the most watched trailers in Marvel's history, but there wasn't
It's
anything
just a straight
viral
trailer.
about it. It's a straight trailer. It's, you know, they gave us scenes from the movie. They probably gave away
I'm
some
trying to
plot
think.
points.
There has to be something that went viral that was.
I mean, what has been truly viral, and the only thing I can think of is that leak. I mean, it was leaked, so it wasn't even a planned viral thing, was the Deadpool thing, which is why we got the whole movie in the first place.
that, yeah. But
Yeah, I mean, that was leaked. It wasn't even a viral marketing thing.
No, it wasn't viral. Well,
Actually, no, I take that back.
was
Deadpool,
kind of.
going back to Deadpool, they did those movie posters where they played it up as like a rom-com, and they put all those movie posters out. I mean, that's the only thing viral that I can think of. But I mean, that's, and I'm going to downplay it a little bit here,
You know
but that's
what,
like
though?
that's
You know
Photoshop
what,
stuff. It's not a full video. Like
that first scene though, where they intentionally leaked that scene.
intentionally, we're not really sure if they did or not.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds has come out and said that.
He said he did it.
He said he's
All right.
read between the lines.
All right.
He can't. I don't think he can like say, yeah, I definitely did it.
Okay.
But yeah, I've seen interviews with him that says he intentionally, after not getting the response from Fox that he wanted,
Yeah.
he took that. He knew that was going to be something that was going to
That the fans
light
wanted
up
to
the
see.
internet, and he or someone close to him, possibly Tim Miller, they intentionally let it out there
Okay.
so that it would pass around and go viral. And
Alright.
it did, and they got the movie made.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
think
it
that's
worked.
I think that's a great example. Not a trailer because there was no movie yet,
Right.
but
But I'm trying to think
it
of
means to an end.
But I'm trying to think of stuff that has been like those Wall-E or Lilo and Stitch vignettes that came out and were marketing purely made set without using stuff from the movie. You know, I don't think we've seen anything like that in the past 10 years.
Now viral marketing for movies isn't new. I mean, remember what Blair Witch did?
Yeah,
yeah,
So,
but
I mean, but now that's different. But see
that
that
enhanced
They
the
did-
movie.
it did enhance the movie. Yeah, remember
I
they
was
put out those
big into
missing
it.
posters and everybody thought it was a real thing?
Yeah,
It
but it's like
was-
the posters for Deadpool.
No. It was.
Well, it was before
You guys might
the...
be a little young. I don't know, but like I was into
I,
it because
I
it was,
studied it in college, I
it was
remember.
it was right when the internet was, really blowing up.
Okay.
Broadband was starting to come out. So you're talking what, 99?
Yeah, late 90s.
I'm telling you, man, they put all of this stuff.
I
They
was
put
plugging my
a
internet
ton
through
of
AOL at
they
that
put a
point.
ton of websites together, just
Yeah.
fake websites that would talk about it like it was a real thing.
Yeah, now
And
that-
I would send I would go down rabbit holes where I would just read up all about this stuff.
That's a good
And it
point.
was
Websites
great.
are also considered, that kind of thing, but they don't do anything specifically for that anymore. Like they don't make like
Well,
either spoof websites or
websites are kind of dead now.
Well, yeah.
They're
I mean, you
dying.
got to think we only go to, 4 or 5 a day?
And even-
Outside of work stuff, But, like, okay.
Have
I
you guys
don't-
seen what I do for Popped?
I don't go to. But
I go to more than 5
Okay,
sites.
But
But
do you
there's
know,
a- there's
do you know
purpose,
why? Do you
yeah.
know why
There's
Popped
purpose.
is hard for me to populate?
What?
Because I don't go to any websites. I only go to my Facebook feed now.
Yeah.
Facebook is training us to not to go to websites.
Well, that's how these movies are moving their marketing, too.
Yeah.
And that's smart. They cannot expect people to go to their websites or whatever. They have to go to where people are, and that's where these YouTube
And they're
videos are coming
adapting.
out.
They're
Yeah.
adapting to them too. So YouTube has at least 5 minutes, or 5 seconds. So there's 5 seconds at the front of a movie, and then you can skip, or
Yeah.
5 seconds in front of an advertisement.
Yeah.
and then you
Well,
can skip.
some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them
For the
have
most
more.
part.
Yeah,
Now
Sarah
they've
mentioned that
also
with one of
got
our
like
trailers earlier.
15s. They've also got like 30s they can't skip. But yeah, a lot of times it'll be 5 seconds.
Right.
So they're so smart. They've adapted to this. They put basically mini previews.
So
that-
annoying.
But
I mean, I get it.
they're
I
5
get it's
seconds
working.
long.
I get it from
It-
the
it
I get it
gets-
from the marketing perspective, but it's so
It
stupid.
gets fast, just fast, rapid fast. Just boom, 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 boom. This is what you're gonna see. This is the name of the movie, and then trailer.
And see, this is where it goes back to us, just being pop culture people. That ruins because that Mother trailer that came out with Jennifer Lawrence. I think I posted it earlier this morning on Popped.
I refuse to watch it.
It's not bad. It's not creepy or anything, but like they gave that 5 second little preview or
Yep.
whatever, and it was a lot of in that 5 seconds we got some words, and then all of a sudden some screamy action. And then it went back to the beginning of the trailer, which was like quiet and somber, and it completely took me out of the mood to watch the actual trailer. Like it ruined the mood for me
For you.
to watch.
But-
I know, and I know I'm out of the
Well,
norm, but
I guess it's also not fair because this is what I do
yeah,
for a living. When you're scrolling down though, with those
That's what you're gonna
perfectly with
see,
those
yeah.
nice cut for your phones now. They're all cut for your phones. It fills up your whole screen as you scroll through, and
Right.
it catches your attention real fast, and you stop for a second.
right.
And in that second, they give you everything that you need to know. And now, do you want to know more? It's almost like Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? Then just continue watching.
Yeah.
They're super effective. Super effective.
No, I don't doubt that they're super effective. It just, for me personally, it kind of kills it for me. At least getting
Because
that.
because you take your trailers seriously. You want to pour yourself a nice glass of wine, light a few candles,
Occasionally.
Do I have to
get
be
in
there?
the bath. Of course not.
I usually get some chocolates occasionally
Some
when I've gone to the
chocolates.
gym.
And then you enjoy your trailer, and then afterwards you're
Like flying a plane.
2 minutes.
I used to enjoy these things that people used to just embellish and enjoy and take their time to appreciate.
Not
no
now.
one does that anymore.
Let's talk about Civil War. The
The South lost.
I didn't like Ulysses Grant so much.
Andrew Jackson was kind of a jerk.
You're both dead to
going for
me.
the same joke.
You're both dead to me.
Yeah.
just
Let's
slower.
talk about Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay.
So
I like the comic. It was good.
Trailer is, honestly didn't feel like anything special until the last 2
That
seconds.
annoyed me. That actually annoyed me. We
Me
knew he was coming. They basically gave us the reveal in the trailer. Don't get me wrong. I got super giddy for it, but at the same time, I got super annoyed. As
I would have liked them seeing.
I wanted to see this on the big
see it.
screen
But you know why they did it?
because people are going to see it.
Well, not everybody
gonna
is
go
like us. Not everybody knows that Spider-Man's going to be there. So for them to show Spider-Man in the last few seconds, they're going to be like, "Whoa, that's Spider-Man! I know who that guy is."
Yeah.
I don't know who Shield guy is so much, but I know Spider-Man.
Who's that guy with the wings?
I don't know why he's like. That's
Why
Joe
is Paul
Popcorn.
Rudd in this movie?
That's Joe Popcorn, by the way. Oh man, Spider-Man's just showed up.
Joe Popcorn. You sound just like he's here.
Like, so I get it. I wish that they could. I wish that they could protect it a little more. But,
You know, it is still leading.
I'm sorry, what?
It
What?
it is leading. It is leading the internet and the most viewed on YouTube.
Have you guys? Do you guys enjoy the It trailers?
I have not watched a single one.
I feel like they're showing us the movie, right?
Yeah, they kind of are.
I feel like they're showing us the movie beats. I don't think it's gonna be so.
So can I tell you my favorite trailer of all time?
Oh yeah, sure.
Of all time. It's not a movie trailer. It's not a show trailer either. It is the trailer.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
He knows.
Yeah.
You remember too. It is
yeah.
a trailer for Mario Run.
He's so happy.
Because
Are you gonna be able to play this without crying?
no, probably not. Because like I get to the end and he's right there. And there's everybody's cheering for him.
Let's see if,
So
we can pull
happy.
this up here.
It's just yes, it's
Ernie, what are you talking about with the gem on his head, by the way?
Ernie has a gem on his head.
Ernie was asking. who
Oh,
the guy-
you know the Vision.
Oh,
Oh, that guy.
Oh, Vision.
Why that guy red?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but they're Spider-Mans. I like the Spider-Mans.
Whoa, simmer down, Joe Popcorn.
Sorry, I just get excited when I see the Spider-Mans.
Okay, so this is my
Let's see if I can set it up here.
yeah, well, once
Why
we
is
get it
this-
set up.
There it is.
Okay. So this is a more marketing geek thing than a trailer thing probably, but you know, it's like this trailer, I mean, I don't know, game trailers.
Just a bunch of running. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but-
like a Doctor
okay.
Who episode here.
We're not playing the audio because of totally you know,
Just
we
knock it
have permission, of course, for all of these.
Oh, I thought we weren't running the audio because we like to hear ourselves talk.
Also valid, but
Okay.
so they take a fun play on the Mario theme that we're all familiar that we're all
Sure.
familiar with, and you know, they put people literally in the game. They are doing like, I mean, you know, well, it turns out that Mario augmented reality is a thing and it's super complicated,
Yeah.
but you know, they have people running and being all insane, and then at the end, you see your guy, you see your man, you see your Mario man, and he's just so happy.
Still waiting for him to show
I know
up.
he's gonna show up, but trust me, it's worth it because the music
This
and
is a
the
12-hour version.
intensity, and it builds it. Like this is a really good trailer. Now the game did not come close to, and it was fun.
Sure.
Keith actually beat it. I played it for a solid week.
Yeah.
I forgot I had it.
But I still have it on my phone. I still open it every once in a while. But I mean, this trailer invokes like so much emotion to me because I just love Mario so much. I mean, look, here's coming. Look how happy.
Oh, there's the Spider-Mans. I know the
he's-
Spider-Mans.
Shut up, Joe Popcorn. You're ruining this. Look, oh, he's so happy. And then you see this smile and yay, it's
Who built a
me.
castle in Times Square? Do they allow that now after 9/11?
How do you know they're in
Oh
Times
wow,
Square?
it's not a mosque, Keith.
Look. Kid has it on his phone now. Look how excited. It's like the best day ever.
I feel like they're in Times Square. No, they're in
So
Times
that
Square.
is my favorite trailer, and it totally hooked me. And I watched it 11 billion times, and then I bought the game, and then I like consequently hated on everybody who was being such a jerk.
They
about
weren't
it.
being jerks. It was
They-
a decent game.
they
I
were
mean, I
big-
don't pick it up and play it much, but it was a
They
good game.
were given crap ratings for it just because they had to pay money for the game.
No, so
Aw.
sad.
No,
So
I
very
gotta,
sad. They
I gotta pay for something.
Paid $9.
Somebody put work into this, and I want it free.
Poor little babies. All right, what's your favorite trailer, Matt? Your favorite trailer that got you super excited and propped you up for the project?
I don't know.
You
one.
did not prepare. Keith, what
It's
is
working.
your favorite trailer?
Baby drive me, baby did it.
Baby Drive Me. Way different.
all
movie.
night long.
Oh, Ezra
Baby-
says watching me watch and comment on that trailer was way better than the trailer ever was.
It's.
I don't know if
yeah.
I should like be insulted or.
No, that's a compliment.
Oh,
I'll
thank you, Ezra.
Take that as a compliment.
Although I respectfully disagree because
You know
that
my
trailer
favorite-
is magic.
Do you know my favorite part of that trailer?
What?
Was when Spider-Man showed up at the end of it. It was
Joe
like all flipping
Popcorn,
around.
you can see yourself out. Joe Popcorn.
I gotta find an answer for this.
Baby Driver, Jurassic Park was one I remember liking.
I remember.
Men in Black.
I was on vacation.
Some of the old ones.
Independence
Jurassic
Day
Park.
kind of
That was
got
a
me all
big one.
jazzed up.
I actually stayed home and watched E. Because back then E had the E network.
Yeah,
I was
or
in
A through D
Ocean,
not working?
Gee.
I was in Ocean City,
Okay.
Maryland or New Jersey?
Maryland.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It might
Not
have been
Delaware?
New
It was
Jersey.
definitely not New Jersey.
no,
It was
Ocean City,
never. I
Delaware.
spent my summers in Ocean City, Maryland.
Was it in Missouri?
No, it was in Maryland. It was
Was
Ocean
it
City, Maryland.
Nevada?
Oregon.
It was none of those.
Ocean City, Oregon.
Oregon.
That's a
Ocean
different
City.
movie.
It wasn't in Oregon. It wasn't in Oregon.
Texas,
I
Louisiana.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, E. So
Maryland.
I watched E. E had a coming attraction show, and I stayed home, didn't go to the beach because I stayed just to watch the Jurassic Park trailer. Because it wasn't easy to watch movie trailers back then, guys.
That's true. Yeah, you couldn't just pull up the Google on your
So
cellular
excited for
phone device.
I don't know. Didn't you have your iPhone 1 by that point, Matthew?
No, this was like 45 years ago.
It's not that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, Logan also got me super hyped.
Logan.
That was a good trailer.
So Logan, that was a really good trailer, and the reason why. Now they did it really creatively, I thought, because I did not know it was an X-Men movie trailer.
As we saw the Phantom Menace trailer on E.
We talked about Phantom Menace earlier on.
But like Logan it was scenes from the movie, but it was so cleverly cut with Johnny Cash that you felt like it was a different thing that you were going into. It didn't feel like, and
now that you've seen the movie, did it still feel like a superhero movie to you?
it did well.
More than the trailer, obviously.
It felt like it more than the trailer.
Well, yeah.
But honestly, X-Men has been so underwhelming in the last so many years
It's so true.
Yeah.
that I probably would have seen an X-Men trailer and been like, oh God, next.
Try
You know?
being an X-Men fan.
So for them to have cut that trailer to where it looked like
Right.
a kind of a salty Western, gritty Western, salt, grit, I don't know, something, made it different and unique,
Yeah.
which I appreciated.
I think I'm gonna say it's a throwback, but it was only 9 years ago now, but maybe 9-10 years ago. Cloverfield.
That was a good trailer.
It was a really solid trailer. It was still it was on the tail end of that whole found footage stuff.
Remember, everybody was trying to. Everybody thought it was the Voltron movie.
Is that what they thought?
People thought it was the Voltron movie for a long time. I don't know why.
I don't remember that, but that's awesome. And I love the movie. Cloverfield's one of my favorite movies. That I can go and sit down and watch. 10 Cloverfield Lane was a solid follow-up as well, without being a monster movie. Heck, Cloverfield wasn't even that much of a monster movie per se, but I really
There's a
enjoyed.
giant monster in it.
I mean, there was, but it wasn't. It was no Godzilla, but it was still a fun movie.
Okay, whatever. Godzilla's kind of an icon. Cloverfield's doing the best he can.
No, I'm saying I enjoy Cloverfield, but I don't see it as a monster movie. What?
Ernie is doing a reaction video to our video. It's Popception. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Popception.
All right,
Look
now
at that.
Ernie, we're watching you reacting to our video. This
Well,
is pretty
We're,
awesome.
gonna, we're gonna get stuck in some sort of time loop.
I
and
know,
then
it's-
everything's-
I know.
16th wall break.
It looks like he doesn't really agree with us ever.
Just wait till we start talking politics.
Oh no. Ernie
How
will
do you
agree
feel
with
about John McCain?
No, stop forever.
What?
No, you're all fired.
I like the John McCains.
We need to stop talking about John McCain.
and then
Go,
Spider-Man shows
Joe
up, starts flipping around.
Popcorn. Joe Popcorn, you are
Well,
silenced.
Well, he brings up a good point though. The Inception.
Joe Popcorn does.
Yeah. No, Ernie does. The
Inception?
Inception trailer.
Ooh,
At the
yeah,
time,
with the
that
imagery.
was kind of
I feel like anything with that has like a nice.
Shut your mouth, Ezra.
Ezra is right, by the way. That is.
See,
Whatever.
do you want to know what my
Both of you can
fundamental
shut
problem
up.
is with Cloverfield?
What's
And this
that?
is going to
It's
give you
barely a movie.
no. Well, I think so the mall. It was actually a dead mall. It was one of the first dead malls that I grew up with in Chesterfield County, Virginia. Their mall was Cloverleaf. That was the big mall. So in my mind, I just associated it with something mediocre that would eventually die anyway.
That's weird.
And this is when Ezra
Wow.
comes in and says that I was right.
Nah, Cloverleaf took over the Red Line in San
That's
Francisco.
true. They just want to make giant freeways.
Yeah, and get to point A to point B.
Why would you do that when you can take the red car for a nickel?
There we go. All right.
Is he just making you watch this?
What?
Are you? Is this like some sort of like?
Yeah, we're dating.
No, is this like? Is this like a Stockholm kind of thing? Like, do you need help? Is he just making you watch his favorite movies over and over on a loop?
What's the next?
To be fair, find me somebody who doesn't love Roger Rabbit.
Also, Sarah gets it. Ezra said it. Sarah gets it. Haha.
I just like when people agree with him.
So,
yeah, that's fine.
No, what? So we told you about the book, right? The 100,001 movies we have to see.
Oh, right.
Not the good book, just the book.
The book.
This book is okay.
Right.
Sarah got me this for as a present, and it's 1,001 movies you need to see before you die.
How many of you guys down?
Like 20.
No, we're down. We're down more than that.
20 out of 1,000.
No, we're down more than that. The rule is that we both have to have seen them.
Oh, okay.
So there's a few that I've seen that he hasn't, and there's way more that he's seen that I haven't.
Sure.
So we're going back and catching up on him, and occasionally he'll be like, "Hey, have you seen?" And I'll be like, "No."
Like Alien.
And I'll say no, and he'll say if it's in the book.
Haven't seen Alien, Keith. It happens. Maybe they've seen all the other ones.
She hasn't seen Aliens.
Okay, now that's messed up.
That's just first of all, that's a
I haven't seen Alien.
I know you haven't.
Oh,
he hasn't seen Alien.
I haven't seen Alien.
It's in the book.
I haven't seen it.
But basically,
in her defense,
what it boils down to is that if it's a movie she doesn't want to see because it is scary or has some sort of weird monster or blah 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 blah.
What if it's a normal monster? You okay with that? It's just weird monsters. You're not good at.
Yeah, normal monsters like Cookie.
Harry monster, Grover monster.
Those monsters are fun.
What's the name of the big red monster from Bugs Bunny, who was such an interesting person?
Gossamer.
God, that's it. Gossamer.
Sorry, it took me a second.
The very pretty shiny monster.
Dude, just all in here, Looney Tunes stuff.
All in here, Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
You could have stopped.
I'll just
could have stopped. So anyway, that is why I've
Sarah's
seen.
on point tonight.
That is why I've seen Django Unchained. Although I quite enjoyed that, and I mean I didn't enjoy it, but it was a good movie.
How do you not enjoy Django?
No, I mean it was really bloody and violent, and sheds light on a really bad part of our history. But it was a good movie.
Oh.
And
the part where Jamie Foxx is hanging upside down.
No, the part where he's dressed like a pimp.
And
blue outfit
that is why he has seen
puffy shirt.
Goodfellas, and that is why
In its entirety.
In its entirety, yeah, he'd never seen Goodfellas in its entirety, which is one of my top 5 glue movies.
Like, I feel like that's way worse than not seeing Alien.
I've seen bits and pieces of Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is really long.
Yeah.
So to not have seen,
like
I mean, I give him a pass on it.
You know what took me? You know what it finally took for me to see Interstellar? A torn ACL, because the movie's like 3 hours long.
That's true. He
Feels
literally
like
was unable to move.
Yeah. You like the Interstellar?
I thought the audio was a bit weird. They tried to explain it. I was like, yeah, that still doesn't, make sense. But I mean, it makes sense, but it still doesn't.
I didn't mind it. Wait, is that the one with
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, okay, I didn't mind that one.
It was the audio going up and down. It was, it
yeah,
wasn't
that was
consistent level.
weird.
But their claim was that's how it really would be, and that's fine. But give me some warning or something.
What's the one with Sandra Bullock in space?
Gravity.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I
yet.
saw that one.
Oh, wow, that movie's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not gonna rush out for it then.
For like an Oscar winner, that movie's not
I don't
good.
know. I don't know why it won anything.
Because everybody saw it in IMAX, I guess, and in 3D, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This is what it's like to be in space."
Okay, we're sort of off the rails with trailers now. But
What's
speaking
new?
of IMAX, I want to talk to you guys about this because they're shoving this Inhumans and IMAX thing. They're pushing it very, very hard, very hard. And are you gonna go see Inhumans and IMAX?
No. For 2 reasons.
Okay, what are they?
1, it's IMAX. I'm not going to spend extra money to go see something I can eventually see on TV. 2, they're going to have it on TV and it's going to be 10 minutes longer. So I'm actually going to get more footage by not spending money and just watching it on TV.
Why are they doing that?
Ask me.
Okay, are you gonna go see Inhumans?
I'm not
and IMAX?
even gonna watch it on the television. It looks horrible.
It looks weird. Also, Vanessa did not like Gravity either.
See, yeah, because it was bad.
No, but like, I'm trying to think of something that was worth seeing in IMAX that I saw in IMAX that wasn't an environmental film.
Yeah, it
Dark
was
Knight.
Dark
I didn't
Knight,
see Dark Knight in IMAX.
Avengers.
Dark Knight was it? Oh, I saw one of the Potters.
I didn't see the Potters.
Might have been one of the last Potters. I saw it in IMAX.
Potters, Harry.
And an actual
Potter?
IMAX. See, here's the problem though.
Shemp Potter.
Yeah,
They're
George.
They're giving us fake IMAXs.
Bill
now.
Potter.
Shemp IMAXs.
They're giving us shit IMAXs. And I hate that. Like, I don't want to go to an IMAX
Vanessa
at
saw Happy Feet
the
in IMAX.
AMC.
Oh, Happy Feet.
I want to go see it at like an actual IMAX theater, like the aquarium or like the airspace.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have fake IMAX. They do have Shemp IMAXs.
But I feel like I saw Star Wars. Did I see a Star Wars?
I don't know. I think in order for IMAXs to be really worth the money, they've
Well, it
got
needs
to
be shot.
they've got to be shot for.
Ezra's got a question, guys.
Oh,
What's
yes,
Ezra's
Ezra.
question?
And humans, you mean Pomans? Poman's X-Men?
So is
Shemp
Okay.
X-Men?
Shipman.
Yeah.
Shempmen.
They're
Yeah.
terrible. I hate the Inhumans. I hate that Marvel was trying to shove the stupid Inhumans down our throats, and that failed. Nobody wants the Inhumans. Get them out of here. I don't care, Medusa, your stupid hair.
Yeah, it's
Is
Joe
it-
Popcorn wants one thing when he goes to the
Oh my
IMAX,
God.
and that's Spider-Man's doing flips and jumping off of buildings.
I feel like
with his
Joe
weapons.
Popcorn would not even be watching Spider-Man in IMAX. I feel like Joe Popcorn would be there with a 15-minute flying over the Grand Canyon film with his kids.
Hey, look, Joe Popcorn is not going to be spending $15 to go to a movie. Joe Popcorn likes to go to a matinee on a weekday, preferably 9 o'clock when I'm the union. We're on strike down at the plant. I'm going to go in. I'm going to go watch my Spider-Mans, and then I'm only going to pay $5. I'm not going to get that popcorn. I got a bag of Pop Secret that I bring in from home that I pop beforehand. and I
Ziploc
gotta-
bag.
Wait, did Mrs. Popcorn pop that for you?
Mrs. Popcorn always pops my Pop Secret. I'm like,
Yeah, she does.
you better put it on 3 minutes and 10 seconds because that's a perfect amount of popcorn, a perfect amount of time to get the popcorn exactly how I like it. I like it singed just a little bit, but I don't like it totally singed. Just a little bit. And
And you want all the kernels popped.
I want all the kernels popped.
Do you know that when I went to see one of the, I think it was one of the Hunger Games movies, I went to a movie theater and brought in my own Jello shots
That's party, Sarah.
in a lunchbox.
Party town,
In a
Sarah.
lunchbox.
In a lunchbox, yeah. But you gotta think.
Twilight lunchbox.
You always feel like they're gonna like bust you. Well, I always. Keith doesn't care.
The movie theater doesn't care.
No,
No, they don't care.
no. Well, they don't pay those employees enough to stop
no,
and
they
frisk.
don't want to. You know, I used to work at a movie theater.
Oh no, Ezra,
Huh.
don't encourage him.
What is she? What is he encouraging?
Don't encourage. No, don't encourage him.
Hold on, let's
I
refresh
saw a lot of fights over that, especially when they were drinking. They brought beers in. No, you just don't get enough. You don't get enough money. Back when I used to work in a movie
Oh,
theater,
God.
back when I was
Joe Popcorn.
back when I was a young popcorn,
Listen, it's not us. It's you.
Well,
I'd never break that up.
Here's
See, look,
Here's-
I got
that's a
two
good way
new
to get
movie buddies.
shanked.
Vanessa and
that's
Ernie.
fine.
are-
They can pay for your movies.
Vanessa and Ernie both want to go with me to the
That's
movies
fine,
now
let
because
'em.
I smuggle in Jello shots in a
Yes.
Well, see,
lunchbox.
hold on. Let's fast forward to Hunger Game movies though. When she's going to Colonial Williamsburg and seeing him on a giant inflatable screen now with no Jello shots.
No, but you know what I
You
did
calling
have.
her out? Party Sarah lives on.
You know what I did have at that movie though? We had gone
Chocolate?
to that. No, it
What kind
wasn't
of shop?
chocolate. It was Tart and Tinies.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And I
It
was so
candy shop.
excited.
Tart and Tiny.
They had Tart Tinies, and
Those
I
are
have
tiny
not
sweet
seen
tarts.
them since like 1992. I don't
Did
know.
you just dip them in liquor?
No, I bought a pound.
Wow.
Those Tart and Tinies lasted
That's a
me
lot of
at
Tart and
least like
Tinies.
2 days.
God, I want to get some tart. I'm gonna get some tart tinies.
You gotta like go all the way to that candy store in Colonial Williamsburg though. But it was
Before they
so-
shut Colonial Williamsburg down.
Oh,
What?
yeah,
still.
I think it is.
Good one.
Yeah, it is good. Hey, it is
Nice.
9:53. We should talk about why our champagne's popping this week.
Okay.
Nobody happy?
Ha!
Nobody happy except for me.
Yeah.
Why are you happy?
I'm happy. I get to go first.
Yeah.
I'm scared when I go first. I'm happy because I get to decorate my walls with pop culture posters and my prints, my Ghostbuster prints
Yeah.
and my other Ghostbuster prints.
Can I borrow some
Lots
shelf
of
space?
Ghostbuster
Some wall
prints.
space? I'm out of wall
Absolutely.
space in here.
putting pops up in weird locations,
Like
all
on the
over my
shelves?
kitchen. It's fantastic.
All right.
That's why I'm happy.
All right. That's good. Why are you happy, internet friends and viewers? Keith, why are you happy?
It's nothing pop culture related.
That's
Do I
okay.
still need to say it?
Oh, yeah.
Got this board working.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is getting a little more. I think I'd use this last week, but I'm going to use it again. I like where pop's going.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like where it's headed.
I think all of this isn't in vain.
I mean, yeah, we work hard on the show. We work hard to bring you guys a good show.
I didn't today. I worked hard
No,
at
Matt did
work.
not work
It's
hard.
all right. That's why there's 3 of us.
That's right. We worked hard so you don't have to.
Exactly.
Normally I work hard.
Wait, what's that for? We work hard so you don't have to. Home Depot? Hefty. Yeah. We
Which
are
is
your
apparently-
hefty
Which is
bag.
apparently how Joe Popcorn brings his popcorn into the theater.
That's right.
Hey, look, when you got as much popcorn as I'm sneaking in.
No, he was gonna cook beans.
Yeah,
I
know,
made Joe
was-
popcorn dinner tonight, and he
fantastic.
liked my black beans, and he's gonna cook himself
gonna
some
make some
beans and
beans.
bring them to work in a garbage bag. I feel like Joe Popcorn could class it up a little bit.
No, I think that's what's really.
And Joe Popcorn's about where he needs to be, I'd
Yeah,
say.
Don't need to give him more.
I am happy this week. Oh, Vanessa says, I am happy. Champagne for the week. Our husband and I have the weekend together. That's exciting. Vanessa's hubby works hard and works a lot of weekends.
I like Ernie's.
I'm happy NBC is bringing old shows back instead of trying to compete with AMC.
Smart.
Are you really happy for AMC then, Ernie? I think he is. Are we excited about Dynasty? Is that what's happening? Dynasty?
No.
No, nobody is.
Wow, what's going? Was AMC bring? What's? I missed this one.
That's on ABC though.
You know, it's great when you hold the mic in front of your face.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is how I'm gonna hold my mic now.
All right.
Okay.
Sexy mic.
You want to know why I'm happy?
We do.
Well, I'm not
Yes.
going to tell you.
Okay,
No,
fine.
no, I'm going to tell you. It's because I am applying to grad school.
Woohoo!
Yay! Also, I really like Broadchurch. It's my new jam. And Bob's Burgers finally caught up on Hulu, so that's
Yeah,
exciting
that's a good
too.
one.
Someday I will watch Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is hilarious. Every time I watch it, I literally LOL.
I literally realized I'm married to Linda Belcher.
Yeah, and I'm gonna marry Bob Belcher. That's we are basically Bob and Linda Belcher.
Good Lord.
Like, you'll see it.
What have I gotten myself into?
Didn't I? But see, that should entice you to watch
Who
more.
am I?
Eugene.
Eugene.
Or is he? No, he's not Teddy.
What? That's.
Oh, he's kind of Teddy.
Kind of
Wait,
Teddy.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know what any of this means.
Well,
He's
you'll
like,
have to watch.
No, he's like Teddy and Mort. He's like Teddy and Mort
Yeah.
combined into one.
You're Tort.
no one's
or
ever said that
or
to
Medi.
me.
Or Mitty.
Yeah.
No one's ever said that to me.
That you are Tort.
That's not true. Someone did say it to me once.
Well, that's
All
a weird
right.
place. Weird place to end the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you so much for your comments. Please leave us stuff that you want to talk about, things you're excited about, things you want to see.
Where can they go to do that?
They are never going to see Joe Popcorn again, but if they
Joe
want...
Popcorn's here to stay. Joe Popcorn likes this. He likes what you got going on here. It's pretty good. You're on the Facebooks, which is good because that's where I go to see my Spider-Mans. I follow Spider-Mans on the Facebook. He doesn't follow me back, but that's okay because, that's just how it's got to be. Joe Popcorn understands his place in the world.
All right.
Yeah, I got another one.
Joe Popcorn and hopefully Matt and Keith and I will be back next week, Tuesday,
8
10
p.m.
at 8 p.m. ending at 10 here on Facebook.com/Pop Show. Please follow us on Twitter.
On Tinder, we got a Tinder page now.
Well,
Swipe right, please.
Swipe right on Tinder, Pop Show. Follow us on Twitter at Pop Show. And tweet at us. Tell me what you're watching. We want to talk about it. Joe Pop.
No, he's not. He's
Jeff,
not getting his own
no,
spin off.
no. We can't
Can't
get him
control
on
me.
the
All right.
show after
You
No.
guys can't control me when I'm not on there.
Bye.
Why?
Bye.
Then we're not on air anymore. We're gone. Bye.